Now launching the dumbest radio show in America. Welcome to Common Man and T-Bone.
Oh, some Duke's mayo?
I love to do it.
Get right in there.
They dump that Duke's mayo on a big fat coach. I'm in agreement with you.
On a big fat coach?
Yeah, they do that at the bowl game. They douse him with mayo.
Why does he have to be fat?
He's fat. These coaches are all fat.
Okay, thanks, Tim.
Featuring Panama Ted.
Too hot.
Timmy Hall.
I will rub one on my face.
And a collection of profane noises.
Coach?
No, Dom.
I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal.
I want me some glory hole.
I'll keep it in the room.
Stop breathing.
It used to be a lot longer.
The numbers don't lie.
This is Stupid. This is Man and Bone.
Welcome in. Hope your Tuesday's going well. Timmy Hall is in. Common Man is off. Panama Ted is off. Bodie Wells in again for him. We have got lots to get to today. Inside the NFL coming up 3:48. Rapid fire at 4:34. And then a game show at 5:34. Timmy Hall, what kind of game show are we getting into today?
Well, good to see you, Bone and Bode Man. Another day here as we get closer and closer to Buckeye football season. The game show today, it happens to be National Radio Day. So look at us. We are working, doing our craft on our National Day. Jen Winters, she's a radio gal as well. She's going to come in here like she's been doing for the last couple of times when one of you has been out, and she'll give us a radio trivia question.
Oh.
Or just one question.
Just one question.
Just one. Yeah, just one. And if you get it wrong, our careers are over.
It's over.
Yeah.
Well,
we have to quit. We have to leave.
It's no surprise. I mean, we're working here on Labor Day. We're working on Christmas Day. We got people working all the time.
We're working on Christmas Day now? When did that happen?
I think so. I'm sure someone. Well,
damn.
Bobby Carpenter probably is. Bobby wants to work every holiday. I never understand why.
Hey, man,
Bobby's up for it. If anybody says, let's work a holiday, Bobby Carpenter's like, I'm in.
It's 6 a.m. It's 6 a.m. What am I going to do? Let's
6 a.m. and
pop on the radio.
Lonely.
Let's talk, man.
That's right.
It's right. Matchbox 20. 3 hours late.
Yeah, exactly. It's not 3 a.m. It's 6 a.m. So plenty to get to today. We're going to start off here. We talked about this a little bit yesterday on the show because it happened during the show that we got the news. Patrik Laine traded to Montreal. And while there are plenty of discussion points to be had on this, there were some interesting developments over the last 24 hours since this happened. So Patrik Laine yesterday had his press conference in Montreal where he was asked about a variety of things. You know, why now? Why did he ask and push for a move out of Columbus? What did he think of his time there? So would that be of interest to you, Timmy, to hear some of Patrik Laine talking about these various things? And then
I've listened to some, and yes, it would be an interest to me and to the listeners to see what he's saying.
Well, we've got that, and we've got a little bit of audio from Bishop and Friends today where Aaron Portzline dropped some nuggets that I was previously unaware of. Maybe other people knew about
But they make sense, don't they?
They really do.
They're like, when you hear this stuff.
Let's put it all together here. So here first is Patrik Laine. He was asked if his career if he saw a career dead end in Columbus.
If I'm being honest, I don't really want to get into that. You know, like whatever happened. I don't want to look back on it too much. I just want to focus on, what's ahead of me. But
okay, so there's that. Here's him reflecting on his time in Columbus.
Well, it's been kind of a roller coaster. Obviously, it didn't work out the way that anybody was hoping. Obviously, for me personally and for the team, obviously we wanted to get something out of this. But I feel like for me, I learned so valuable lessons, mostly off the ice, about myself as a person, and that I can take with me for the rest of my life. But I'm still gonna cherish my time in Columbus. Yeah, it wasn't always easy, but when you look back on it, I still I loved being and living in Columbus. The people are great, people are awesome. The fans are passionate. So there was definitely a lot of good times in Columbus, but that's kind of where I'm at with that.
Here's another one from Patrik Laine. Could anything have changed your mind about playing for the Blue Jackets?
Not really. I mean, I kind of knew that even before going into the program, that change of scenery could probably be beneficial, but I don't think at that point any changes that were made really moved the needle at all for me. I just knew as a person that I needed a new start somewhere else, more so as a person than as a hockey player, and that's what I'm more worried about, me as a person. So, obviously there was stuff that happened in Columbus on and off the ice that, kind of haunts a little bit. But so just feel like I needed a restart for my life and my career. And now obviously super fortunate to have that in Montreal. So obviously couldn't be happier about it.
Man, there's not. I guess everything that I heard in those last 3 clips from Patrik Laine, it was to be expected. I did not ever think that when he was asked questions about his time in Columbus, that there was going to be a bunch of, it was really awesome. We had great teammates, had a great time there. We played great hockey because they didn't. I did a lot of great things individually as a player and accomplished a lot. No, there weren't. We knew that, right? I just wasn't really sure, how much he was going to stack that as far as, things that I, didn't accomplish because of my injuries, or the parts that he said about, things that haunt him. That stuck out to me. Things were kind of haunting. And I don't know, what was your take on this, Bone? Because this whole saga with Patrik Laine, there's feelings from within the organization of relief. That he is gone now. And you knew that you were going to lose on this, right? You brought him in as a star player and you were paying him big time money. You were just hoping somebody could take over his contract. It's like, here, take a draft pick while you're at it as a sweetener. Take a 2nd round pick. You got a, second line defenseman or something? Sure, we will take him, a young guy that maybe develops into something. But we're glad that Patrik is now somewhere else so we don't have to take this into camp.
I thought these comments sounded a lot like what we heard when he came over from Winnipeg to here. Because remember, that all happened because Pierre-Luc Dubois was dissatisfied with his time in Columbus.
There's always someone dissatisfied.
Well, with the management here, he had not, there had been, you'll remember famously, right? He had the shift where he just basically went out there and skated around and Tortorella just lit into him. And then that was the end of that. And that was done with his time. But they found in Patrik Laine, a guy who was not happy with his time in Winnipeg and wanted a change of scenery there. So when he came here, he talked similarly about Winnipeg as he did Columbus just there in these clips. So I think there's a little bit of similarity in Patrik Laine's career in these 2 stops. And I think there will be, maybe it'll be different in Montreal. But
yeah, it was maybe, I'm just trying to describe the tone.
Yeah,
he pleasantly blasting the Jackets. He wasn't aggressive in an attacking manner, but
here's where I'm at.
Clearly, he's got his thoughts, and he did not enjoy how anything went here.
Yeah,
on the ice or off the ice.
What I would say is clearly, the one thing he seemed to be very adamant about was he enjoyed the fans, and I want to remind
fans in the city good.
I want to remind Jackets fans of this, right? Is that because you will hear from the Sunshine Brigade around the Blue Jackets, the people who nobody can ever do any wrong with the Blue Jackets. If Jarmo gives up a player and gets 3-0 guys in return, they'll say, oh, these are great trades. Oh, Jarmo won. When he was there, they defend every move. Right. That crowd, they will tell you if you're negative towards players, they won't want to play here. Patrik Laine got more support than I think any Jackets player ever has when it came to on the ice, off the ice. Obviously, we know about the mental health situation. The players, he felt it. He clearly acknowledged the fans were great. The fans were passionate. The fans are great. City's great. I have no problems with any of that. Also, I had no desire to stay there. Right. So I just want to remind the Sunshine Brigade Jackets fans, the people who everything is always great with the Jackets, and don't you dare criticize a player.
Right.
Because they may not want to play here. It doesn't matter if you don't criticize them. The guy's getting $7.5 million a year. The guy was not criticized, I don't think, much at all by most of the fan base. Most people supported Patrik Laine through all of this, and that's fine. I understand a player wanting to move on. But let's stop with this idea that if you are critical of a player or if you say this guy didn't get the job done or whatever, that somehow that's the reason that he's not here.
And here, the other dicey thing, but I think it's fair because these guys still are athletes and they are being paid $8 to $10 million a year in some cases to come in and do a job. You are allowed to take care of yourself if you have to step away from the ice for mental health reasons, right? And he went into the player assistance program. When did he come out of the player assistance program? Like just late July?
A couple weeks ago.
And aren't there rules that you can't really discuss trades when you are in that?
Exactly.
And it's just, obviously, he had to come to terms with it. He could either stay and continue to get help or decide it was time to come out of it and get on with the hockey career. And he wanted to do that because the season's about to be starting, right? Here it's August 20th. Preseason starts in a month or so.
Yeah.
Jackets' first game is September 23.
Yeah.
So he's out. He finds his way to Montreal. But it's just, I don't know if we're going to get to it now, if we're going to go to it in the next segment and tease it on over, because it was quite interesting.
Well,
it was quite interesting, some of the other little things that we've now found out about, that we've heard about.
We have some audio from Portsline that I'll play in a second, because this started making the rounds in the NHL. This made a little news today. Bishop and Friends, good for them for having Aaron Portsline on to talk about this and getting a good quote out of him. But here's what I think needs to be front and center in all this, because one of the things about this trade is the amount of money or not the amount of money. You free up money here. That's the reason the Jackets did this, and they get rid of the headache. However, they also did not get nearly the return. They gave up Pierre-Luc Dubois, who was a top 3 pick, to get Patrik Laine.
Right, a guy that had 30-some goals and then 44 goals in his 2 seasons.
And in return, you're getting like a guy who's a bottom 4 defenseman who will help you, a young player who could still grow and be a long-time player for you.
Yeah,
but
he's not a scorer.
You also had to give up a second-round pick to get Patrik Laine. And the reason for that, there's one reason and one reason alone. You read the articles on all this, deep down in the articles, it'll tell you there was only one team that wanted to engage the Blue Jackets on taking the entire salary for Patrik Laine, and that was Montreal. So you had no leverage. And is that because Don Waddell didn't want to eat some salary? Jackets clearly could have done that if they wanted to. They don't need to have a huge amount of salary cap open right now. They're not a contender. The only reason you do that is because your organization's cheap. And I believe that's not on Don Waddell. I believe that's on the ownership. And until ownership realizes you occasionally, to get better deals for your front office, you're going to have to eat some salary on deals like this. They could have gotten more for Patrik Laine from better teams. More teams would have been in on him if you had said, we will eat half his salary. But they didn't, because they don't want to. That's the number one thing with Blue Jackets management, is they want to save money. And this Patrik Laine move clearly illustrates that.
What did Laine even say? With a little bit of a veiled shot in the one clip that you played, not needle moving about the moves. Not like anything was going to want to keep Patrik Laine here at this point, right? With the way that his 3 years had gone compared to how his career started and the numbers he was putting up. But, new coach. And he didn't mention any of those things specifically, but all the changes that we had. Yeah. New GM, new coach. Took a while for that new coach to get named. My goodness. Yeah. You're bringing in Monahan, some draft picks, whatever. Oh, nothing needle moving there with any of the moves that this organization made.
He hinted at that too. All right, we'll take a break, come back. You'll hear what Aaron Portsline had to say about this. Some nuggets about Patrik Laine that I had never heard before. Next, it's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to hit a slowdown due to an accident that's blocking the right lane if you're on southbound Cleveland Avenue after 161. We also have some slow-moving traffic on southbound 71 on the north side between Weber Road and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Discover. Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back. Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is brought to you by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, a trip or two to Oregon, and more. Register today and every day at roosterswings.com.
We go to war for you.
Brain injuries can change lives forever. I'm attorney Robert Scherger of Scherger Schnarr Trial Attorneys. When it comes to accidents and injuries, we're here to fight for you. Know your rights and get the results you deserve. Call us at 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com for a free consultation. That's 877-WAR-FOR-YOU. 877-WAR-FOR-YOU. Or visit warforyou.com.
War4you, warforyou.com.
Coming this Labor Day weekend, Bob's biggest challenge yet. It's time to dare to compare. It's got action. It's got suspense. It's got beeps and boops and dings and whomps and more savings than you'll believe on living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, mattresses, and more. And best of all, you get to play too this Labor Day weekend. Now open in Reynoldsburg and coming soon to Polaris. See how much you can save this Labor Day weekend when you dare to compare at a Bob's near you.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers, the people who refuse to make trade-offs in life. Like Kelly, when her old car insurance got so expensive that she couldn't afford to drive anymore, do you think she started carrying her groceries for miles? No. But she did find Direct Auto's savings that allowed her to drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25%, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a quote today at directauto.com. Savings based on applied discounts and will vary. Terms apply. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Check out this great deal on giant-sized Kellogg's cereal. Select varieties are on sale now, 3 for $10 with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand. Listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Wake up. Breakfast. And Nature Made vitamins. Whatever your morning sounds like, Nature Made fits right in. Whether you're looking for vitamin C or a multivitamin to get key nutrients, we've got you covered. Now that's a good morning. We take care of you so you can take on your day. Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Did you and your family lose Ohio Medicaid and need health coverage? Check this out. You may be eligible to enroll in a low-cost health plan at healthcare.gov. With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov offers quality plans that cover doctor visits, prescriptions, emergency care, and more. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Need to hire quality candidates fast? You need Indeed. Our video interview tool makes it easy and effortless to meet with candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Skies are clear for now. We're going to see our temperatures rise through the rest of the day. Highs hitting 73 degrees. Nice and cool, nice and comfortable today. Tonight we drop back down to the 40s and 50s before warming things right back up into the 70s tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Madison Reich with your weather impact forecast on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The only thing harder than Common Man's arteries is T-Bone thinking about a red-bellied woodpecker. This is Man and Bone.
Man and Bone brought to you by the Hinderer Motor Company right here on The Fan. So plenty to get to today. Inside the NFL coming to 3:48, rapid fire, 4 o'clock hour, 5 o'clock hour, a game show. Jen Winters will come down and give us a
radio quiz. Happy National Radio Day. And you too, Bode Man.
Yeah. Did you
rising up through the ranks back there? Look at you, man, just picking up responsibility after responsibility.
Did you did you modify your amplification and or frequency today? Because that's what AM and FM. That's AM and FM.
That's right.
Amplitude modification.
You say
I believe.
AM and FM.
I believe AM and FM.
You say FM. AM and FM.
You know what? F them all. That's what I say. Yeah.
I believe you did.
F them all. They're all FM. No more AM. It's all FMA.
Yeah. Do you know what FM stands for?
Frequency modulation.
Okay. Did you just say that?
Yes.
Oh,
I said, did you modulate your frequency and amplitude? Because that's
I'm sorry.
People don't know that's what AM is. Amplitude modulation. I don't even know what that means. Actually,
I was on a different frequency for those last 15 seconds.
I could tell. It's all good. Of course, you can jump into the YouTube chat. That's available to you on Go Figure YouTube. You just search 971 The Fan, and then there we are. The chat has been talking about so far today my shirt, because the shadow from the microphone is on my shirt, and they are saying it looks like my shirt has a stain on it.
Yeah.
Not stained the band, just a stain, but it's actually it's just a shirt it's an olive green shirt.
Is that a Carhartt?
It's a Carhartt, yeah.
Why are you wearing a Carhartt shirt?
They fit me. What do you mean, why are you wearing a Silver Bullets shirt? Did you play? You're not part of the Bullets. You didn't play part of the Ohio State defense.
Don't do
What are you talking about?
Let me say something about your silly shirt.
I
don't
refuse.
have to flip it back.
I refuse. If I wear a Nike shirt, no one assumes that I went and played sports, but if I wear a Carhartt shirt, it's like, we're not digging a ditch. You're right. It's just comfy. I like it.
You working on a car after the show?
I'd love to. I would love to work on a car today.
You do change your own oil.
I've done that.
So
I don't do it all the time.
You know what, though? If you have ever changed your own oil, nobody does that. You're allowed to wear Carhartt with pride.
I've changed my own brakes. That's the one.
Oh, my God.
I've actually changed the brake pads and rotors and all that.
Well, then you should endorse Carhartt if you've gone to those lengths.
You haven't lived until you've bled your brakes, my friend. You got to bleed them, because you can't just put the caliper back on and put the brake fluid back in. You got to bleed it so that the pressure's right with the hydraulics. It's a whole thing.
But how does a brand like that's so niche? It's like Dickies, you know?
Oh yeah.
I think Dickies had a day where some of the trendy crowd tried to claim that for a while.
Well,
and they have the good thick canvas overalls, which Carhartt of course has too. But Carhartt has really made the switch sort of into the mainstream from being just what they were. Now people just like it. The hats are everywhere. Evil Bald Colin is wearing Carhartt beanies. You think he's doing anything with his hands other than plugging in things to radio equipment?
I will say, if he's not plugging in radio equipment with his hands, I need to see what he is doing, because I don't know how else you would do it. But
he's
he's
got robot fingers that you can't see. But you can go into Meijer, and that's got a section right to the front.
I know. I got to tell you.
Sorry.
I don't want to spoil anything for you, but that's exactly what I did. Just went to Meijer and found clothes, and these were the clothes they had. That's the only reason I have them. They were just there, and
I got a navy blue one.
They fit.
I like it.
There you go.
It's got a thick collar.
All right. We have put this off too long. We need to actually pay off on the tees and play the audio.
This is good stuff.
So Patrik Laine got traded, of course, moved on. And this morning on Bishop and Friends, they had Aaron Portzline on talking about what this means, and he dropped a little bit of info. This clip's about a minute and a half, but it has some good nuggets in here that I was previously unaware of about Patrik Laine.
I also think back to a meeting with the veteran players. I think it was probably after the 1920 season. And if my recollection is right, it was Cam, it was Seth Jones, it was Werenski, it was Foligno for sure, maybe Gus Nyquist. And it was, what do we need? Actually, Foligno may have been traded at that point, but what do we need to do here to make this thing work? You guys know what a good room is like. You've seen it. And the players who they have a hard time doing this sometimes, and you understand why, basically came back with, you got to get Laine and Merzlikins out of here. That's step 1 and 2. And the organization heard that and said, you know what, let's get rid of the people who said that, not the people that they mentioned. and look who all's gone, right? And that's one of those things, like, in the near term, you go, well, that's kind of, ouch. Like, you ask those guys to bare your soul, and they do, and that's how you respond, by moving them out rather than taking the suggestions they made. But think of the chill that sends throughout the room as, don't ever share your honest opinion here, because that's how it's going to be handled. Not straight up, thanks for your input, we'll respect your privacy here.
Man,
that's
that is, woo.
Well,
that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense about this organization. And to be fair, some of the people involved clearly are no longer here. If that is what happened, Yarmo would have been one of the guys involved. He's no longer here, right? JD is around, but not really running things anymore, if he was in fact involved in that. But a couple of things to clarify. I saw the hockey reporters put this out. They kind of did a little more research on this. Porty said he might have the year wrong. It wasn't the 2019-2020 season. Laine came here in 2021, I believe. But in either case,
fast forward a year.
Foligno was gone in February of 2021. He did say maybe Foligno was traded. But his point generally was that a bunch of veteran players were in a meeting after the season, asked what could they do to make it better, and they named Laine and Merzlikins as the two guys you need to get rid of to have a better room. And most of the guys involved, Seth Jones was traded July 23rd of that year, 2021. Atkinson was traded on July 24th of 2021. Now, of course, Seth left because he told Columbus, he told the Jackets, I don't want to be here. And they said, well, then we can't. We got to get something for you.
But
right?
Seth was always one of those players that, deserved that appreciation from the fans. Just the way that he played.
Oh, yeah.
And he was one of the most rock steady players that this organization has had in a long, long time.
Well, if what Portsline said there is true, and you could see how Seth Jones would say, "Oh, you didn't
prefer
listen to me.
this?
Yeah, you'd rather
prefer
keep those
this
guys
to the way I go about my business.
Then I don't want to be a part
nothing.
of this.
Yeah, I can't blame him for a second. Really, honestly, I can't blame Seth for a second, but because we know how he did things, we know what a pro he was around here.
Yeah, and who was one of the biggest defenders of Patrik Laine? Pascal Vincent. They go back to their time in Winnipeg together.
Yeah.
And they elevated him to the head coaching job. So, I mean, again, they didn't mean to. They wanted to have someone else here, clearly, who then was terrible, and they had to fire immediately. And then Pascal Vincent was the
healthy scratch thing.
They had him in the organization. Yeah. They had him continuing to help make decisions during the Brad Larson era. Mike Babcock comes in, has to leave, and then they elevate him. Either way, just an all-around evisceration in my mind of what the Blue Jackets front office has been prior to this new group.
Does this do anything for you? Because it doesn't for me on the success of the Jackets in 24-25, being rid of Patrik Laine.
Only thing it does is allow you to not have to worry about it anymore, right? The Jackets don't have to go around Patrik Laine or figure out what to do with him or try to get him restarted.
Right.
Again, reminder, before all the mental health stuff, there was talk of trying to play him at center, which they did because they thought that's the only thing that he seems to want to do. He wants to, skate around with the puck. No, you need to be over there waiting for the pass to then fire it home. That's your job, and he never could seem to do that.
They've cleared their minds of it.
Yeah.
But they're not better as a hockey team roster-wise.
No, they did not get better by getting rid of Patrik Laine. The only thing they did was free up some cap space, which they didn't need to do anyway. College football coach tells his players to stop asking for more money. I'll tell you who said that next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Watch out for an accident that's on the right shoulder of southbound 315 at 670 East. And we have another crash that's blocking 2 right lanes on eastbound 670 at 3rd Street, causing a 15-minute slowdown there. This report is sponsored by Audible. Why not escape the traffic with Audible? Immerse yourself in new worlds, stories, and ideas with an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
This week at Meijer, buy 5 or more and save $5 or more on hundreds of items across the store. Shop items like Pepperidge Farm buns, Johnsonville smoked brats, Breyer's ice cream, and select Coca-Cola or Pepsi products, plus deposit where applicable. Plus, shop hot deals on California Red Seedless grapes for $1.49 per pound. Certified Angus beef T-bone steak for $9.99 per pound. And Meijer chips, 3 for $5. Shop great prices and limited deals this week at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
0% up to 48 months on 2024 and 25 new Lindsay Hondas.
That's 0, zip, zilch, nada.
This August, Lindsay has unbelievable savings by offering 0% up to 4 years on every Honda on the lot. Lindsay has over 500 vehicles.
If we don't have it, it doesn't exist.
Plus, talk to us about electric options with up to $97.27 in combined savings with dealer and federal tax credits.
LindsayHonda.com or I-70 in Bryce Road.
With approved credit on select in-stock 24-25 Honda models. Dealer contribution may affect consumer cost.
Hey, Buckeye fans, ready for the chance to win one of 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences? As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, a trip for 2 to the Oregon game, and exclusive access to the Ryan Day Coaches Show. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 winners. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Rise and shine, jabronis.
What a show this morning.
There's only one place where Buckeye legends lay the smackdown. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekday mornings starting at 6.
Give me a juice box,
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Have you lost Ohio Medicaid? At healthcare.gov, you can find a low-cost, quality health plan.
Do plans cover doctor visits?
What about emergency care?
And prescriptions?
All covered and more. Plus, with the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Cash, moolah, greenbacks dough, Skrilla chips, bread and mo. 2, 5, 10, and 20, 30 big ones, games aplenty. Cheddar, butter, loot and scratch, find the letters, make the match, cause there's many words for cash, no doubt, many ways to play cash word. Check them out. Cash word from Ohio Lottery. It's game time, yo. Cash word, it's fun to go with millions in prizes, don't you know?
Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
At Sunny Street Cafe, we scoff at the notion that restaurants should only have one tagline.
Because we
have 7.
And here's our number 7.
Sunny Street Cafe. Food that makes your day better. In a place that makes you feel comfortable.
With 8 locations.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here from Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. We save our customers tons of money and frustration by simply inspecting their sewer, water, and drain lines with our high-tech cameras before there's a problem. Check us out at CarpenterColumbus.com. That's CarpenterColumbus.com.
We buy any car. Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because when you trade in, you're dealing with a dealer. And sure, they're interested in a good deal. For them. Not for you. Come to WeBuyAnyCar.com instead. All we do is buy cars. You get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price. So don't take chances with a trade-in. Go to WeBuyAnyCar.com for a free online valuation. Find out how much your car's worth at WeBuyAnyCar.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
We did the math. Common Man has hosted over 5,000 shows on the Fan. 3 of them have been halfway decent. Here's Man and Bone.
Well, you guys already know this ain't one of them. But it can't be, right? Because the rule is we have to have me, Common Man, and Panama Ted all on the show together for it to even have a chance. And then it still doesn't have really a chance in hell of being one of them. But you know how it is.
It's not ever going to be one of them if you're allowing me to be on. So everybody can just know that as soon as 3 o'clock
Timmy,
hits.
It's not even under consideration.
I'm just a character.
Timmy, it could meet the standards of being one of them, but it's not allowed to be.
No,
because the definition of it being one of them is that me, Mike, and Ted have to be here, and then it has to be good, which is the bigger hurdle.
I already wouldn't allow it to be one of them. You know why? Because this is what goes on in the YouTube chat. Hubert caught me, and I forget about this, where when the traffic is still running, the camera is still on, and we had a quick conversation. And I can tell you what the reason for this is, for being a little bit more zonky this week. He caught me in the middle of a massive yawn.
Yes.
And he said, man, this show's putting Timmy to sleep. I said, boy. And I said, well, Bone was telling me things.
Yes,
so it was a little boring at the time. And I yawned.
I was putting him to sleep.
But your girls went back to school last week.
Yep.
And Hilliard Schools doesn't go back until tomorrow. So starting Monday, we went into our ramp up adjustment of getting up earlier in the morning, getting into practice mode, right? Where you're setting more alarms. And, we generally, because I don't have to get up, I can't imagine if I was doing morning juice and on the air at 6 a.m. I know because I used to do that in my earlier career doing morning radio. It was 3:45. I'd set 7 different alarms so I wouldn't, miss it. But I can naturally just wake up doing this shift. And typically it's like 7:30, 8:30. It differs.
Yeah.
But here it's been 6:30, 6:45, getting up in the morning because we make our kids wake up so flippin' early to go to school.
I know.
7:05, 7:10, the bus is leaving. I mean, it's dark outside.
Timmy, you know what
it
they
will
say.
be dark outside when the season gets there.
The leading research on adolescents and teenagers is that what we need to do is limit the amount of sleep they get. Make them stay up until all hours of the night and then crank them right up at like 5 in the morning and let them go 18, 20 hours without sleep. That's the way their brains will develop best.
Yes.
Definitely shouldn't let those kids go to school at like 9 in the morning.
No.
When the kindergartners go to school. And the kindergartners have been up since 5 a.m. bouncing off the walls. No. We definitely shouldn't.
They just naturally
shouldn't let
get
the
up.
kindergartners go to school at like 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. to get them out of the house.
They could be done by 10.
Yeah.
Ready for nap time.
Exactly.
When you think of it, why they didn't line the school day more up with a common American work day, which is 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So that there doesn't have to be all the after school stuff so you can watch the kids until mom and dad typically get done with their work day and get through traffic, and it could be close to 5:30 or 6.
I don't know the reason for
I'm
this.
sure there's some reasons for it.
My opinion of it is that it has something to do with sports. I'm guessing there's something where they're like, I'm sorry, we're not going to have time for football and basketball practice.
We got
these kids going until 5 p.m. Sorry.
Right.
That's not going to happen. We need them. We need to get this school crap out of the way so we can teach them how to play basketball.
Don't they have to practice before school sometimes too?
Yes, they also lifting. Oh, you're lifting. I have buddies who have driven their kids for baseball to go lift at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, man,
that's good. God bless.
But anyway, though, I did hear, Hubert, that Apollo Anton Ono, remember the wonderful short track speed skater?
Wow, what a reference!
It is a great reference. He used to yawn because it helped him for competition. You can look that up. So I don't know if there's any true science behind it. There probably is. I've just never researched that, but I saw the clip. I was watching. I'd noticed that too. And then NBC did a little snippet for it, and they interviewed him about it. And that's just his thing. He said, the oxygen goes out, clears up my mind, frees up, my brain to think about things. And it just gets me, it's like getting all the bad juju out and all the good in.
Huh.
It's like a merry-go-round. You put the quarter in, up, down, around.
Yawning will do that for you.
Just yawn.
So that's a performance-enhancing yawn.
Yeah. See, it hasn't this. No, it hasn't. The segment has not been good, but
again,
either way.
I reiterate, Teddy, this ain't one of them. He's not even listening, but I'm just telling Teddy it's not one of them.
You gonna call him?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm not like Common Man. I'm not gonna call a guy and bug him just for a bit on his day off. Bodie, call Panama, Ted. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that. Oklahoma State coach Mike Gundy.
You know what? You said it right. Guy with hair like that, he is Gundy.
He is a man. He's 50 plus years old now. He is very old at this point. Not very old, but you know what I mean. He's had that I'm a man, I'm 40 thing for so long now. He was asked about name, image, and likeness. He's not been one of the fans of it. I would say on the scale of like Ryan Day, Nick Saban,
Dabo on the other side.
Dabo's on the far other side of that.
I mean, that's for God to decide.
Gundy is just a little bit left of where, like, he's still on the scale. He's not all the way off the scale like
Gundy
Dabo
to
is.
the left?
To the right. I don't know which way it is. I can't even see the scale.
Gundy
the point
to the
is,
left.
Gundy's more moderate than
What T-shirt
Dabo.
was he wearing again?
Politics-free destination, Tim.
I can't wait to hear what commercials we run on our politics-free radio station in the next segment. This will be great. Anyway, Mike Gundy, not quite Dabo Swinney on the NIL, but he doesn't like it. So here's his quote. He was asked about, all the distractions from name, image, and likeness, and he said this. The good news is the next 5 months we can just play football. There's no negotiating now. The portal's over. All the negotiations history. Now we're playing football. The business side of what we do now, we can have those conversations with the players. Tell your agent to quit calling us and asking us for more money. It's non-negotiable now. It'll start again in December. So now we're able to direct ourselves just in football, and that part is fun. I like that he's an idealist. In the sense that he thinks that this ends at some point, but it does not end.
No.
Week 1, if a guy's not playing as much as he thinks he should, he can enter the portal. He not enter it, but he can declare, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to transfer. He can put that out in September. He can't officially enter the portal, but he can say that. He won't play any football this year. He will then, but every coach in America, if that guy's any good, will say, oh, so-and-so is about to enter the portal, and they'll be readying their offers for whenever he does enter the portal in December or whenever you can do that.
Do you remember when Mike Gundy used to stick up for his players? Where are we at in society?
I know.
Makes me want to puke.
Attacking an amateur athlete.
And the
doing
answer to
everything
put it
right
out is garbage.
I mean, stick up for your guys. They're out here trying to put bread in their mouths.
Yeah.
$1 million's not enough for me. I'm worth 1.5.
Stick up for him.
Worth 2.
No.
Come on. You want more money as a coach, right? I'm sure you've had a negotiation on your contract as head coach there through the years.
I enjoy the fact that the man who is like the Boone Pickens Memorial emeritus head coach.
The Boone Pickens coach.
That guy who worked with the oil tycoon billionaire who every year he won like another extra game. They would be like, oh, got to redo that contract. He's now saying, hey, negotiation time's over. We're just playing football. He's right. There's less time to think about that when you're playing football, but it's not gone. There will be players who will let it be known that if they don't get more playing time or more money, they will leave in December. It never ends. I just thought that was funny that Gundy said it that way.
Where are they at with their running back who got the DUI and he just came right out and said, oh, I've been drunk lots of times and then decided to drive, but they didn't catch me. So think of it that way.
I just want to point out the he in that sentence is Mike Gundy.
Yes.
Yes, where his running back got a DUI and he's like, oh, hey, who among us? I've driven home plenty of times.
a .08 and a .09 and a .10. Well,
the running back,
what's the difference?
He's getting 500 carries next Saturday, right? That was his punishment.
Yes, that was the punishment.
We're going to kick off the Heisman campaign by running him into the ground.
That's because he was a guy who could have transferred, right? The running back whose name has escaped me. He was sought after, transfer portal, could have gone anywhere. They ponied up the cash, got him to stick around, and then landed in DUIville.
Ollie Gordon.
Yeah. And so there you go. Mike Gundy saying the way the punishment will work is we're going to give him the ball more. Because otherwise, I guess he would sit out for a half because they're going to probably roll whoever they're playing.
If I'm Ollie, you could be coming off of a DUI, and then after Mike Gundy sticks up for you like that, you could be asking for more NIL.
I think that's the way you go.
Right.
That's the way you go.
Right.
That's right.
Wait, what? You could be kicked off the
How many
team.
carries did you say, Coach?
Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
I need more.
Inside the NFL coming up next. Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Watch out for an accident that's blocking the right lane on southbound Cleveland Avenue. After 161, it's causing about a 10-minute delay there. And you'll also hit some slow traffic on southbound 71 on the north side between Hudson Street and 17th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Medical Mutual. Ohio seniors, are you looking for better Medicare benefits? Visit medmutual.com/review to schedule a free Medicare plan review with Medical Mutual, Ohio's hometown Medicare insurer. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors, voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
There's a place where mishaps don't mean missing out. Welcome to AAA's The Plus Side.
where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day, where a flat tire doesn't have to deflate your mood, where being locked out doesn't mean you'll be out of luck for long, and where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party.
Looks like you're all set here. Have a good rest of the day.
Because on the plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, you're covered with the gold standard in roadside assistance, whenever and wherever you need it. Tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap, click, or call away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further, anywhere within 100 miles. Become a AAA Plus member today and experience the peace of mind that comes when you live on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply. Service is only available from AAA and CAA in North America.
Hey, it's Anthony for the Good Feet store. 3 words for me: pain-free summer. Spent probably 30 hours walking around the Memorial Tournament and felt awesome with my personal arch supports from the Good Feet store in my everyday kicks. Sure, every now and then we all get random foot pain from pickleball or golf or just being a human being. Having my personally fit arch supports in my shoes has made a massive difference. And even right after I put them in, didn't take long to feel much more supported and aligned, and it's so easy to just move them into any pair. Before I had them, I dreaded being on my feet for any length of time. Well, you have nothing to lose but the pain, as they say. It's a free fitting and test walk. Try them for yourself. See the difference it can make. It did for me. And best of all, you can wear them home. 2 locations on Polaris Parkway and Stringtown Road, or schedule an appointment at goodfeet.com. The Good Feet store, America's arch supports experts.
Friday nights mean high school football. Join us for the Fans High School Game of the Week.
The fun starts Friday night at 6 with Harvest Prep at Pick Central.
Your home for Friday Night Lights. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
This is the White Castle Call of the Crave, and it's telling you to come in now for 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. Boom! White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only, tax not included.
Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. Weather is unpredictable, but the inside of your home should be comfortable just the way you like it. And the best way to avoid those unnecessary surprises is with a care plan. See, with a care plan, you get priority service, system maintenance in case of an emergency. Just another way to give you and your family peace of mind. And maintaining your systems properly can help save you money. A properly maintained furnace and air conditioner run more efficiently, reducing your utility usage. Regular maintenance also prevents breakdowns and extends the life of your equipment. I'm on the care plan, and I'm quite the expert. I'll stop by and give your system a once-over. I will. Don't tempt me. I end every commercial the same way, telling you to hire Care when you need a company you can trust. It's not just the slogan. That's the Care creed. How about this? Lennox. They have thousands of dealers nationwide. HVAC royalty. Last year, Lennox gave Care their coveted Partner of the Year award because they're trusted by their customers and their partners. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
Pop quiz. What's the best way to go back to school? With Giant Eagle and Market District, of course. From lunchbox favorites to fun after-school snacks. Shop deals for school days and save on thousands of items throughout the store. Visit your local Giant Eagle or Market District today.
Next.
The last thing you want to do is take another trip to the doctor's office.
And sign here and here and here.
Save yourself the hassle by visiting VeriHeal.com to talk to a state-licensed medical provider about medical cannabis. You'll see if you pre-qualify in just a few minutes. Simple as that. That'll make your day go from this to this. Visit VeriHeal.com. VERIHEAL. VeriHeal.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Does excessive amounts of Prozac make your sack droop down to your knees? Asking for a friend. My friend's name is Mike. Back to Droopy Sack and T-Bone.
No droopy sack today. Timmy Hall is here, though. More on that in a moment. We'll go inside the NFL in a second. But first, I got to tell you about my friends Able Roof. They'll get the job done in one day. 24-hour turnaround on most jobs. Done in a day. Good for a lifetime. Able's been voted the #1 roofing company in Columbus by Consumer Choice Awards 22 years in a row. You can take advantage of their summer promotion before it's over. No payments, no interest until 2026, and up to $1,000 off a new roof, siding, and windows. Don't put off getting a new roof any longer. Call Able Roof today, 614-444-ROOF. That's 614-444-ROOF. Real quick, Timmy, before we get to the Inside the NFL, we were just talking about Mike Gundy and how he said, hey, stop asking me for money. It's football time. December, we can talk money again.
Let's play now.
Yeah.
Let's play the games.
Also, during the games, Oklahoma will be asking you for money because they can ask for money from the fans. The players cannot ask for money from the NIL because they just announced today. I just saw this after we talked about it. There's going to be a QR code, those little squares with the little
oh my God,
stuff,
yeah.
on the back of their helmet.
QR codes are on their helmet.
On the back of the helmet where the stripe goes, you'll have the American flag, the Big 12 logo, and then that little thing will be next to it. And fans watching you won't see it on the field if you're at their game. But if you're watching on TV, you'll be able to pause your TV, or I guess if they're focused on someone's helmet there for enough time, you could scan it with your phone, and it'll take you right to the NIL website where you can place your donation to help keep the football program going strong.
The betterment of the program.
Yeah.
We can't do it without you guys.
Just remember,
without your support.
It's time to focus on football. If you're a football player, if you're a football fan, it's time to give some cash.
Can I support without money?
No, not anymore.
With just time and passion?
No, you're not allowed to.
Is that not allowed? That's not going to be enough for the future.
Timmy, why do you hate your local football team? If you won't dole all of the money from your paycheck right to
I don't have any
a team
more
that's
money.
sponsored by Nike and Kroger or Giant Eagle or whoever sponsors them. I don't want to get the wrong sponsor. You know what I'm saying? All these corporate entities.
I think Ryan Day is a big Kroger guy.
I can't remember.
Kroger's.
I can't remember if he's Krogering or if he's Giant Eagling or if he's Meyering. I don't remember at this point. Doesn't matter. Inside the NFL, let's do it.
Common Man and T-Bone's Inside the NFL.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
All right, Timmy, take it away.
All right, Bone, I'll start you off with something pretty tame. Are you still a fantasy football guy? Are you getting ready for another go-around?
Yeah, a little.
With some of the buds?
I'm dipping back in this year. Yep.
Nice. And my son is about as into it as anybody.
Sure.
And so we have a family league. If you must know, because we all have our different, cups of tea on how we do fantasy football. I know a Sweet Lou, I think he's in one of these leagues, at least his fantasy baseball league. He actually talks to minor league managers. He's crazy like that to try to find insight on 15 and 16-year-old kids that are coming up in the pipeline so they can draft them when they're not even in the minors yet. I would imagine his fantasy football league is something like that. But looking at some of the things around the web, and NFL.com did one of their little fact or fiction articles, right? Yeah. And the first, fiction tab kind of got me. And the statement was Justin Jefferson is still a no-doubt top-tier fantasy wide receiver. And they slapped fiction on that one. And I guess it's all got to do with the quarterback situation in Minnesota.
That's right.
Certainly you do have to take a look at that. I just know that if I've missed out on, sure, I could make a case for Jamar Chase would be one of those top guys. Even though he's got his own situation, he's got to play some football here at some point with the Cincinnati Bengals and get the contract figured out before you're good with him. But there's so many good wide receivers out there. I love Amon-Ra St. Brown for the Detroit Lions. I think he's a fantastic one. But on talent and skill, Justin Jefferson has got to be way up there. We're saying he's not a solid number one wide receiver. I certainly think he is, no matter if it's Sam Darnold or whoever in Minnesota.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you, but obviously Minnesota's quarterback situation is hilarious in the sense that they got rid of a guy that everyone thought was fine to do the job, and then, I guess they knew they wanted to go in a different direction. They decided to go draft someone. It's also funny because Atlanta, who took Kirk Cousins in, now already went out and drafted another quarterback for some reason. So who knows how that's going to play out. Just weird situations at both those spots.
You're looking at guys like Tyreek Hill, CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, St. Brown, and then I think Jefferson is still right in that mix. The other thing here, too, we talked about, I had it in my yikes, the Tua Tagovailoa story, where he talked about how it's such a night and day experience with Coach McDaniel from when Coach Flores was there when he started his career. He basically called him a terrible person and said, imagine if somebody came in every day, you woke up every morning and I told you suck at what you did. You don't belong doing what you're doing. You shouldn't be here. Well, Flores, who is the DC for the Minnesota Vikings, who we're just talking about, said, I'm genuinely happy for the success that Tua has had, and I really wish him nothing but the best. Says that he spent a good portion in his 17-minute news conference talking about Tua, and I guess he took it in stride and didn't have anything really bad to say about Tua or try to be defensive about that. Just said, I think part of coaching is correcting. Said, I'm always going to correct. I'm always going to have a high standard, and I think I've done a lot of reflecting on the situation and reflecting on communication. I think there's things I could have done better for sure, and I've grown in that way. So at least good on him recognizing some of that and going about it a different way.
Absolutely. There you go. Good stuff, Timmy. I appreciate it. Coming up, we've got an update on an Ohio State kick time for you. The big one versus Oregon. We now know when that game is going to be, and we'll tell you about that. Also, Tom Brady rips the NFL. Both of those things coming up next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to hit a 10-minute slowdown due to an accident that's blocking the right lane on eastbound 270 on the North Outer Belt after 23. And we have a 5-minute delay due to an accident on eastbound 670 at 4th Street, causing stop-and-go traffic from 315. This report is sponsored by Lipton Iced Tea. Relaxing by the pool in summertime. Could it get any better? A cooler of Lipton Iced Tea. If only you had something to pair it with. Someone order Uber Eats. Do summer the easy way and get $5 off your next Uber Eats order and select Lipton 12-packs. See pack for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey guys, Chaps here with a new opportunity for you. The 20-pound summer slim down with Awaken 180 weight loss. Dropping 20 pounds before summer ends. Cruising to your goal of 30, 40, 50 plus pounds down. It's simple. You take the last few weeks of summer, eating, drinking, enjoying the weather. But the difference? You're doing it with the 20-pound summer slim down. But Chopper, summer's almost over. That's the point, guys. The pounds melt off fast with Awaken 180. I dropped my first 20 in less time, and that easy 20 propelled me to reach my goal of losing 60 pounds. Then that propelled me to lose another 35. Think about it. You're about to slide back into the same old fall routine with the same old mindset. Mix it up. Live up the rest of your summer while dropping your first 20, then jump into fall with a whole new groove. Yeah, I said groove. You'll be saying it too just a few weeks from now. 20 pounds summer slim down with the solution for weight loss online at awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. columbusmensclinic.com. Book your appointment now.
Hey, it's Anthony here from my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. Rich is rolling out all of his new Hondas at 2.9% up to 60 months, just not including the Civic Si and Civic Type R, but all the other awesome new Hondas, 2.9%. You love certified? He has the dream deal, 0.99% APR for 36 months on the 23s and 24s, Civics, HRVs, CRVs, pilots, and passports. When you think Honda, you have to visit Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
This is Paul Keels for Nature Stone Flooring, a unique blend of natural stone and their specially formulated epoxy expertly installed over existing concrete. Nature Stone is the only flooring solution for garages, basements, and indoor spaces. Family owned and operated since 1989, no other company or product can match the features, benefits, and unconditional warranty of an authentic Nature Stone floor. Visit naturestone.com today and schedule your cost estimate. Act now and save up to 50% off any Nature Stone floor. It's not just a floor, wow, it's Nature Stone.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels for everybody's scheduling and social purposes. According to reports, the Ohio State game October 12th at Oregon will be a 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time start. Ohio State has not made that official at this point. The Columbus Clippers following an off day are back at home hosting Indianapolis at Huntington Park. Diamond Dog Night at Huntington. Cleveland Guardians following an off day will begin a series in New York with the Yankees tonight. Guardians a 2.5 game lead in the AL Central. New York leads the AL East by a half game. Cincinnati Reds will try for a second straight win when they continue their series in Toronto against the Blue Jays. Atlanta Braves today signed veteran utility infielder Gio Urshela one day after losing third baseman Austin Riley for the rest of the regular season with a broken hand. This update brought to you by Nature Stone. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Did you feel that? It's your radio getting fatter. Getting fatter.
Chubby time!
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Hope your Tuesday's going well. Timmy Hall in for Common Man. We've got Bodie Wells in for Panama Ted. I'm T-Bone. I'm sitting in Mike's chair, I guess. That's where my difference comes in. I get the access to all the buttons. I get to play silly things today.
Fun, ain't it?
It is fun, you know? I wish I had access to it over on the other side of the desk, but
Flacco, my Cracko.
In the meantime, I'm here and I can do this whenever I want to.
And they're taking those inches. Do you take those inches? Absolutely.
Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird.
Diana Taurasi,
Legends.
Flacco, my Cracko. No more Flacco, my Cracko.
Why
should
not?
have signed him to an 8-year contract.
He's still in the league.
No, but he's not a Brown.
No, he's with the Colts. He can go Flacco. He can go out there and Flacco my Cracko if he wants to.
I wanted him to Flacco the Cracko.
I understand.
Cleveland.
I'm
right.
I'm with you, Tim.
Great story. The guy, and then he become a 50-year-old quarterback.
And you know why we couldn't have that?
Because the Browns.
No, well, yes, but specifically because Deshaun Watson said,
I'm ready to play.
I don't want to be threatened by someone who might actually be better than me, even though he's like 15 years older than me, who can just run the offense better than I can.
How you feeling about your guy, Deshaun? Bad?
Not great. Not great.
Hated it.
Not a fan.
Me too.
I hope the Browns are good. Listen, I am all here for the Nick Chubb redemption story. I'm all about that. But as far as how it happens with Deshaun Watson, I hope he hands the ball to Nick Chubb 25 times a game, and Nick Chubb runs for 300 yards every game.
I mean,
Chubby time!
Yes.
He can't be ready, right?
No, he's probably
off
not.
of that injury. It's going to be a minute.
I'm very much worried about Deshaun Watson. I know a lot of Browns fans think he's going to turn it on because they saw half a game last year where he kind of looked like he could do something before he injured himself. I don't buy it.
But
I need to see it for a full season.
You do have the best hype man in the history of football as the backup quarterback in famous Jameis Winston.
Is that what he is?
Going to get you that dub.
Yeah,
that's a W right
like
there.
A win. Tastes like a W.
Like a win. Come on, guys.
He's so weird.
There was
so
one in the
bizarre.
There was one already on their Instagram this preseason. Did you see? He just pumping up the team. And everybody's buying it.
I thought you meant he did the W thing again. No, he had,
no. I can't do that.
The other day, we were just looking at a quote from him. The other day, he was doing a press conference where I can't remember what he said, but it was like he tried to work in some like tic-tac-toe type of reference. I don't even know. It was so bizarre that even in the press conference, as he was speaking, he kind of said, "I don't even know what I'm talking about right now." But
he just had a little Coach Klein moment.
He'll be great for our soundboard. We'll have plenty of good things there. I don't know that he's actually going to be of any help if Deshaun Watson goes down.
Do you think you're getting 4 starts from Jameis Winston this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't believe Deshaun Watson will stay healthy or be good. No, I don't believe any of it until I see it. So I believe he'll go out there and get either hurt. He'll be good and get hurt, or he'll be bad, and then he'll have to be benched. One of the two. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, both amount to the same.
Yeah.
It hasn't worked.
Exactly.
It's been a combination of those two things so far. Maybe more him being hurt than just being awful. But you have to allow a guy like that time to ramp back up because he was out of the league for so long, which is why it was there's the other thing. And then there was, you haven't been in the NFL for almost 2 years' time now. Just when does that work?
Yeah.
When does that work in a position that important where you can spend that much time on the shelf and come back and just do it easily?
You know what? I hope I'm wrong. I want to just say, I'm going to end it right there because I'll have plenty of time during the season if he sucks to let you know that he sucks. Right now, I'm just going to say, I hope I'm wrong and I hope he proves me wrong and I hope he's great. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't believe it.
I'm excited to hear Tyvis up at 1 a.m. doing postgame for a preseason game against the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, what is that?
Catch it here on the Fan.
That's this weekend, right?
Yeah, 10 p.m.
Eastern
kickoff.
Get real.
10 p.m. kickoff.
Real.
For you late night hound dogs that love the Browns, we are here for you all night long, baby.
I'm out on that.
All night.
Some early onions.
Could be an early one. Maybe you get up
a late broadcast.
or extremely early if you sleep. Maybe you get your nap during the day and you stay up all night. Pull an all-nighter.
Time spell. Fall asleep.
Tom Brady. He is going to be broadcasting games this year for the NFL.
Yep.
He will be on Fox doing his thing. And the question has been raised, will he be negative? He seems to have a little bit of, back in my day, back when I was banging, already starting to work through his conversations.
He's had about, 3 conversations already about mediocrity.
Yes.
And what he sees from the regular old quarterbacks, but not the top line guys,
So here's what he had to say, and I love that this is where it was. It was at the Fanatics Fest in New York City. Fanatics, home of terrible fitting clothing that has somehow taken over our entire world.
Mm-hmm.
Every sports team.
Where else are you going to go?
Dude, I went to buy
they're everything.
I went to buy a Sunderland soccer jersey, 2nd division English soccer team. The website I go to now is Fanatics. Now it's Fanatics runs their, yes.
Oh, my God.
I can't get away from them. I cannot get away from them.
You type up sports onto the internet, they come up.
I hate Fanatics.
That's it.
I don't care if they advertise and offer $1 million. Well, if they offer $1 million, I'll take them. But I'm just saying, I hate Fanatics. Until they offer me that much money, I will continue to say I hate Fanatics.
I'm going to get you a deal. I'm going to get you a deal.
And
have you completely flip. I'm going to get you a great deal, and you'll be singing their praises.
Dude, I will flip like a Boren from Michigan to Ohio State. I will flip in a minute, buddy.
Remember when I said all that bad stuff about Fanatics? Well, that was before I found out about how they switched their factory from China.
And sent me a pile of cash. That's right.
Yes. It's great quality stuff.
Here's what Tom Brady had to say at Gross Fitting Clothing Fest at Fanatics in New York City. He said about the quarterback play. He said, quote, 5 years at Michigan, I got to learn how to drop back pass, read defenses, read coverages, be coached, deal with winning games, playing in Columbus and in front of 110,000 people. I had to learn from being the 7th quarterback on the depth chart, moving up to 3rd, to ultimately being a starter. I had to learn all those things in college. That was development. He said, now I think it's a tragedy that we're forcing these rookies to play early, but the reality is the only reason we're doing that is because we've dumbed the game down, which has allowed them to play. It used to be thought of at a higher level. We used to spend hours and hours in the offseason and training camp trying to be a little bit better than next year. But I think what happens is it discourages the coaches from going to deep levels because they realize the players don't have the opportunity to go to a deep level, so they're just trying to teach them where they're at.
Well, he's not entirely wrong. The game is going in game is trending in a different direction, but that's just life, right? That's how sports go.
I also think dumbing it down is one way of putting it, but also I think there's a lot more, not for a Tom Brady, but for the average quarterback now, because guys like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, they got to do what they wanted in the huddle, especially after they had earned their stripes. They could go up to the line and call any play they wanted to. But now I think there are more players in the NFL who actually have the freedom to go up and change stuff because all these offenses involve a lot of 3-4 different options that you could go to. You can literally...
A lot of RPO.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff where you're reading someone and deciding whether to hand it off or throw it in that moment.
But
so I'm saying your average quarterback has more of that is going on that didn't go on 20 years ago. But that does mean, yes, a lot of it's based off of 3 or 4 looks, and then you've got a billion variations out of those looks. That's very different than saying we have 300 plays you've got to memorize, and at any point we can call any of those up. It is, I see what he's saying, but I also don't think it means these players aren't still thinking the game. They're just thinking it differently.
This kind of goes back to what you said yesterday with your Nick Saban take and how that's going to go when he jumps on the College Game Day program and the smartest guy in the room type of situation that could arise, and how other guys might adjust their commentary based on Nick being there as one of the GOATs to do it. Maybe Tom's got a little bit of this, because you could also make the case that Tom and Peyton, there's a reason why they were such a good rivalry, even though they weren't in the same division ever. But whenever they had games, Colts-Patriots games, the ratings were through the roof. We can remember a lot of those memorable matchups. They were fantastic because those two guys, you were making a case for both of them possibly being the GOAT at one point in time. They were different. They were smarter, more cerebral than anybody else. They had more time in their program, right? They had more time in their organization than a lot of other people. So it could be a little bit of that. Like I would say, I mean, he also in the same deal talked about Patrick Mahomes and gave such a quick response to who's the best. Well, it's Patrick. And he said it's not just because of Patrick Mahomes on the field, which I would imagine Tom has great respect for what Patrick does on the field. He actually converted the behind the back pass. You guys saw that? The behind the back to Kelsey.
Yeah.
But he said it's more about when I hear the way Patrick is endeared by his teammates, and I hear the way he does press conferences, and I hear his passion for everything Chiefs. Because Tom had that with the Patriots for so long, for 20 years until he went to the Bucs.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
you'll get some of that still, I believe.
I tend to think that Tom Brady can be excellent at this job if he comes into it saying, let me show you the things that you're not seeing about how great this game is and about how great this play was, or how great this guy who's like a middling quarterback that maybe you're getting talked about that he may not get a contract next year, but let me show you what he does that's awesome. And most people wouldn't see this if you didn't play quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm here for that.
I'm looking for that.
But if all we're going to do is be like, you know, hey, this guy threw for 350 yards, like, yeah, well, you know, nowadays anybody can do that. Not like when I played. Like if that's the commentary we're going to get from
He's
Tom,
not going to do that.
I hope not. But who's going to tell him to stop?
But
they're giving him $300 million to say whatever he wants.
Well, I would hope that he brings the same kind of attitude. Money's not a thing, right?
I wouldn't think so.
He's doing this because he wants to. He doesn't need any money. That's where you get to a point in time where guys like us say, why would you not just retire and sit on a beach? These guys are built different because they're in it for different things. He would have to be doing this because he wants to be great at it, and he would use that same kind of mentality that made him a great football player. He had the money, 7, 8, 9, 10 years into his football career, all the money he could ever spend. He wanted to keep doing it and keep being great. And I liked what he said. I'm looking for him to take some shots, right? At guys that deserve shots. He talked about like wide receiver play, and he said, I had guys that I loved, like Wes Welker would go out there and run the route exactly the way it needed to be run, even if he knew that he was the third option on that particular play. He would go out and do exactly what I needed him to do. And then I played with other guys that didn't even look like they know how to be lined up. They're looking on the side of the coaches. And he's like, you think that guy's getting the ball? He's like, so that's kind of what it takes in a team sport for every single guy, all 11 guys, to be doing exactly what they got to do every play.
Sure.
I like that kind of commentary from a guy like that.
And I'm not saying he can't be critical. I'm just saying if a guy's having what we all think is an awesome game and he's like, let me tell you what, that guy sucks.
That's just modern football.
Right. That's the part where I think that will get old very quickly for people. I would tend to think. It'll get old for me at least. Coming up next, it's our favorite thing to do. Fat Boy Food Tip is next. Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to hit a slowdown due to an accident that's blocking the right lane if you're on southbound Cleveland Avenue after 161. And expect a 5-minute delay on southbound 315 between Kinnear Road and Town Street. This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by The Waterworks. Trust the pros at The Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com today to get started.
Erectile dysfunction is a destroyer of your confidence, of your joy and intimacy, and often it can even harm your relationship. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leading men's sexual health practice in our area for treating erectile dysfunction, and I want you to know today that if you're like most men, you can be free of ED and all the impacts it has on your life. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're your local provider provider for dealing with men's sexual health issues. Our expert medical teams are focused on treating ED, and we have highly effective treatment plans with some protocols that work in well over 90% of cases. We can even combine treatments for greater efficacy, all of which means it's very likely you'll be having great sex again within just a day or two of your first appointment. You might even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations, just off 270 in Hilliard and near the Medical Mile in Westerville.
Coming this Labor Day weekend, Bob's biggest challenge yet. It's time to dare to compare. It's got action. It's got suspense. It's got beeps and boops and dings and whomps and more savings than you'll believe on living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, mattresses, and more. And best of all, you get to play too this Labor Day weekend. Now open in Reynoldsburg and coming soon to Polaris. See how much you can save this Labor Day weekend when you dare to compare at a Bob's near you.
Direct auto insurance is for uncompromisers, like Matt. When his old car insurance got so expensive, do you think he walked until his sneakers wore out? No, because he found savings with Direct Auto so he could drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25% on state minimum coverage, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com or a store near you. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Most radio stations suck. Here's why. They don't invest in local programming. We're live and local 14 hours a day. You can rest assured that every stupid thing we say is 100% local. Homegrown dumb since day one. The Fan.
Nothing makes being outdoors better than having the right gear and the right crew. So here's an idea. Let Mountain Dew supply the gear and you bring the friends. Because when you buy specially marked multi-packs of Mountain Dew, you can collect points and earn epic limited edition outdoor gear. We're talking everything from custom Mountain Dew camp chairs and backpack coolers to exclusive Mountain Dew tents, fishing boats, and more. So buy Dew, collect points, get gear, and get outside with Mountain Dew outdoor gear.
Open to legal U.S. residents 18+. Subject to program terms at dooutdoors.com and 12/31/24. Void or prohibited.
We're dealing at Reichert Nissan. Hundreds of Nissans in stock, on the ground, and priced to sell fast. Low lease payments on brand new Reichert Nissan Sentras, only $219 a month. Now we're really dealing. With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33 or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com. We're dealing.
With approved credit. 2024 Sentra SV FWD 36-month lease with $3,000 due at signing. Offer ends 9/3/24.
If a friend asks how you're doing, and you say,
I'm okay.
when the truth is,
I don't want my problems to burden anyone.
or you say,
hang it in there.
because,
If I ask for help, they'll just think I'm weak.
then this is your sign to call, text, or chat 988 for free, confidential support. Anytime. You don't have to hide how you feel.
Trust. Not everyone deserves it. Not everyone should have it. It needs to be earned. Your trust. And when it comes to accurate information about Ohio's safe and secure elections, where should you turn? VoteOhio.gov. VoteOhio.gov is the source for providing you with the facts and real information about elections. So no matter where you are, what you do, or who you choose, get the real facts about Ohio's elections. VoteOhio.gov, your trusted elections source. Sponsored by the Ohio Secretary of State, Frank LaRose.
Driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal, and a law enforcement officer can tell if you're driving high. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A little breezy out there, but at least we're seeing some sunshine and temperatures staying on the cool side, around 70 on this Tuesday. Overnight, light winds, clear skies, cooling off to around 50 degrees. Plenty of sunshine Wednesday, back in the mid-70s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Come for the obesity, stay for the anger. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Rapid Fire coming up 4:34. Timmy Hall is here today.
Yeah, Bone.
Before we get to all of that, we also have Fat Boy Food Tip coming up in just a moment, but Timmy's got something to tell you about.
Well, you know, me and the Common Man, we both love our friends at Tri-State Men's Health. They've got the PP No Worky treatment, but they also have a wonderful low testosterone treatment program. And I have seen them for that. And I got to tell you, because, you know, I've been sucking back on coffee today. I've been late on the ACE shot. So you can feel it. I'm telling you, I've had the shots and noticed that jolt, that extra boost that I get from it. And then I felt it when I didn't get the shot. And I can truly tell you what the difference is. Because if you're like a lot of men who are low T, within just a couple of weeks, within a few weeks, you're going to feel energy return. Your brain fog is going to slowly drift away into the night. Sleep patterns are going to improve. And you're going to get those gains from your workouts. And, oh, baby, the action that takes place in that one special room in the house, the dungeon, it's going to be a lot better. A lot better. So check them out at tristatemenshealth.com. They've got lovely offices right here in Central Ohio, the one in Hilliard, right off of 270 that I see. And they're lovely, too. They're like clubhouses. They're clean. They're pristine. You're in there and you want them to fix you up. You want the PP to worky, and you want shots in the ace when you're in there. It feels good. So check them out. Tell them Timmy Hall or Common Man sent you.
There you go. Fat Boy Food Tip, let's do it.
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip? This is dumb. I quit.
All right, Timmy, I have got quite a few Fat Boy Food tips for you. I'm going to let you pick where I start today. We can go with pizza, we can go with tacos, or we can go with cola and dessert products. Where do you want to start today? Because all those are happening in Fat Boy Food.
Well, I had a cola dessert product today. I had a cherry/Pepsi mixed icy at the Sam's Club.
Okay, those are good.
That was good. It's always good to mix, right?
Yeah.
So give me that. Start there.
Starting next month, the brain trusts at both Coca-Cola and Oreo are teaming up to bring you two iconic brands in two different forms. One is Coke Oreos. That will be Oreo cookies with one chocolate wafer and then their layer of cream filling, and then a red cookie wafer that will apparently, they say, taste like Coca-Cola.
Okay.
I have seen people on the internet who have received an advanced advanced product of these foods.
Okay.
They've tried them and said there is a Coca-Cola taste to the Oreo cookie.
Cola flavored things are good.
Yes, I've never had one that's, I mean, I've had like those little candies that say they taste like pop. Those little wax candies.
Well, no,
like,
the GOAT is the gummy flavored cola bottles.
Yes, that's
my favorite gummy bear of all time.
There you go.
It's not a gummy bear. It's a gummy cola bottle.
Yes.
Haribo makes them. They're a brand that makes them.
So Oreo Coke. So you have Coca-Cola flavored Oreos. Guess what else you're going to have?
The reverse of that.
Not just any type of Coca-Cola. You are going to have Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Oreo flavored Coca-Cola Zero.
See, that's the one I don't get. I can understand you having an Oreo cookie that has a little bit of Coke, and you said the Coke is going to be in the wafer, not in the cream.
I think what it is I don't know how they're flavoring it. It's the theme on the Oreo, because of course Coca-Cola is black, white, and red. Like those are their primary colors, right? Especially on the Coke Zero. They have a lot of the black cans they used to have. So that's why they're doing the Oreos in black, white, and red. The Oreo Coca-Cola, meanwhile, that can of Coke will be mostly black and white. Just like an Oreo.
I just can't picture or can't imagine what the Coke would taste like, how you make an Oreo cookie into a drink. I can understand how you can have some cola flavoring in a cookie, I can't see the reverse of that.
I'm telling you.
So I would try it. I'd try it.
I'm going to try it for sure when they come out, but I don't know what it'll taste like, but I'll give it a shot. I do think the best thing to do would be to take the Oreo Cola, the Oreo Coke, and the Coke Oreo, and then dip the cookie into and just mess with your mind even further. It's like, what am I even eating at this point?
I don't know. Dipping that in Coke, huh?
The fine folks at Donato's have rolled out a budget-friendly bakery crust pizza. I'm excited about this because you and I both, and Mike, we've talked about this on the show. You got to offer us stuff that's not going to be $18 for a hamburger and fries. You got to find better ways to make it work for people's budgets. Donato's does have, of course, a fairly, decent. They have a great menu. They do have some prices that if you like pizza, of course you're going to pay them. Mm-hmm. But they are offering a little bit more of a budget-friendly pizza here.
What are we talking here, price-wise?
They are saying the bakery crust pizza is a square, thicker crust, smoked provolone cheese, and a selection of fresh toppings. It can be cut into 9 squares, so it's not like their regular round pie. It is a square pie, thicker crust, and comes with up to 3 toppings. You can get one single pizza with 1 topping for $11.99.
Okay, or 2 for $20.
2 for $19.99.
That's not bad.
Now
I'm looking at a picture of them, and I trust them that that's going to be a normal size large pizza.
Yeah.
And that's a solid deal, and I would definitely give that a whirl. I agree. Donato's has their thing, and I'm fine with Donato's.
And I love a Donato's pizza.
Yeah, as far as a chain pizza place,
absolutely,
you're getting essential Ohio style. I like their seasoning. Yeah. Everyone knows that Donato's taste, right?
It's great.
You can just open the box and smell the box.
Absolutely,
feel like you've already eaten Donato's just by the scent of it. It's good.
Yeah,
I'd like to try the thicker crust. It looks like a medium density type of crust they got going.
Donato's has had a thicker crust pizza for some time. Like you could order a thick crust there.
Yeah.
But
I have not had it, though.
I've had it. It's good.
Yeah.
I prefer the original crust better myself. But this is, again, the idea here is it's probably a little bit smaller surface area because it's not a big round pie. It's a little square pie. But you're getting 2 of them for $20. You can get 2, you can get 2 one-topping pizzas. If you got a family, you're trying to feed different people. They have different tastes. And finally, Taco Bell. Now, I'm going to tell you ahead of time, this is going to be maddening about this Fat Boy Food tip. It's only available right now in Southern California at 3 restaurants of Taco Bell. But they are saying there are plans to roll it out further.
That's not many. 3 in the whole country,
but here's
in Southern California.
Here's what could be coming for you. It is their nostalgia menu. They go from the 60s all the way to the 2000s, and they have an item from each decade as part of this. So in the 60s, you get a crispy tostada, which is a flat, hard-shell taco-like thing.
That was a 60s thing for them?
Refried beans, tangy red sauce, lettuce, and shredded cheese. It's what they put the Mexican pizza. If you've ever had that crunchy, that's what it's on. It's a tostada. Also, the 70s, they had a green burrito filled with refried beans, onions, shredded cheddar cheese, and a green sauce made with green chili, tomatillos, jalapeno peppers, and spices. That'll be $2.49. The 80s Mexi Melt, which I've never had a Mexi Melt. I remember when those were advertised. I do not ever remember having one.
No, I don't know that one.
It is just beef in a soft tortilla with a 3 Trees blend and pico de gallo.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
It is. It looks great.
Meximelt sounds... And the beef gordita supreme,
back,
1990s.
If you're a 90s kid, you'll remember that. Beef gordita supreme. Man. That, of course, flatbread filled with beef, sour cream, lettuce, and a 3 Cheese blend topped with tomatoes. That'll be $2.99. And then finally, the 2000s, caramel apple empanada. I only recently realized they don't sell this anymore. But apparently this is why they're bringing it back now. So you can get a caramel
dessert
apple empanada. Yeah, I like that. It was very good when I had it a few times.
That's good, Bone. That's good.
Yeah. So lots of things there. If they don't roll that, they're not, those Taco Bell items are only at 3 spots right now in Southern California, but they're saying they could roll them out further. I hope they do. We'll come back and we'll do one of our other favorite segments. That is Rapid Fire. Rapid Fire is next. Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch out for an accident that's blocking the right lane if you're on eastbound 270 on the North Outer Belt after 23. It is causing stop-and-go traffic from 315. And we also have an accident on the left shoulder of westbound 70 on the west side near 670. This report is sponsored by Put-in-Bay Chamber of Commerce. Look out for Put-in-Bay, the island getaway you've been waiting for. Be it a day or a weekend, you can enjoy all sorts of shops, dining, and entertainment. Plan your perfect trip today at visitputinbay.com. Have a nice day at Put-in-Bay. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Pain from arthritis is just awful. Constant pain. It robs you of so much of the stuff you love to do. But there are effective ways to deal with that pain. My dad and I can both tell you we were able to get relief without medication or surgery. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Listen, there are exciting new cellular therapies that can get you lasting relief. The place to go, QC Kinetics, right here in Columbus, Ohio. Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics utilize cutting-edge treatments that accelerate your own body's healing properties, revitalizing your joints so you can move again. Learn how QC Kinetics can use advanced regenerative medicine to treat the pain, enhance your joints, and restore your mobility. Surgery and pain pills, they're not the only option. My dad and I went there. We feel so much better. He's able to move around and walk like he wants to. I'm able to go out and run and do the things that I enjoy. So here's the great thing. Give them a call at 380-208-4544. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus. They have 3 offices in Dublin, Gahanna, and Grove City.
At Baths R Us, we're terrible roofers. We stink at installing siding. And don't ever call us for your kitchen remodel. But if you want a stunning, beautiful bathroom makeover in just 2 or 3 days, now that's when you want to call us. See, unlike most contractors these days, we offer only one service, bathroom remodeling. We don't spread ourselves thin by doing roofing or siding and a bunch of other stuff. Nope. At Baths R Us, we dedicate every company resource into mastering the craft of bath transformations. It's why we're the Midwest's biggest 5-star family-owned bathroom company. And it's why we have the happiest customers. Just check out our Google reviews. Baths R Us. We're terrible roofers, but we're awesome bathroom remodelers. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Remember the Cotton Bowl back in December? And how you wanted to die? The Buckeyes are back, baby, and hopefully much better than the Cotton Bowl. The most anticipated season in history is here. We're your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
We buy any car. Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because selling it yourself can be, well, you know.
Okay, I'll give you half now. And? No, and just half.
What? Avoid the hassle. Come to We Buy Any Car instead. Get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price.
Yeah, I can't do half. I could probably bump it up to like 50%. Just go. Okay.
Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Tire Discounters announces our latest breakthrough, TD Chat BS. This software allows us to detect untruths, deceptions, and even outright lies. Let's listen in as we call a local car dealer.
Hi, I drive your model of auto or truck. I need servicing.
Oh, that's great. You should always call the dealer for service to make sure your warranty stays intact.
Untruth.
Excuse me?
I can attend at Tire Discounters for all services, even for all manufacturers' scheduled maintenance. Warranty not affected.
But it's only us dealers who really know our own models.
Deception. Tire Discounters ASE technicians are certified experts for all makes and models.
Okay, maybe.
How many dollars do you charge me for? As few as Tire Discounters?
We are not that much more.
Outright lie. Ending call now. Bye.
No,
Adios. Aloha. Hasta la pasta.
Don't miss our Savor the Summer sale, now till Labor Day.
One thing about us parents, we think we know what's in, but we're usually way off. That's why I take my kids to Great Clips for back-to-school haircuts. From fresh fades to beachy waves, they can use the online lookbook to find the cuts they want at prices I can't resist. Plus, with convenient online check-in, we save tons of time, too. I may never know what's cool again, but hey, with back-to-school haircuts at Great Clips, I don't have to. Download the app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Just be glad you aren't as stupid as these two.
Oh, yes.
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Rapid fire coming up in mere moments. Don't forget, if you've ever missed anything on the show, 3 hours a day, we want you to listen. We don't want you to go to hell or have your insides turn into beef jerky. There's a throwback for you. But in case you're worried that might happen and you do have to occasionally miss a show, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast. Just wherever you get a podcast, just search Common Man and T-Bone. You'll find our show there. You can hit subscribe. It's all free. It's all brought to you by our friends at Care Heating and Cooling. But that way you can keep up with the show, keep up with it, even if you're not listening for a particular day or maybe a couple days. Maybe you go on vacation. We don't want any excuses from you saying, oh, I didn't get a listen. Sorry. Not an option. You've got to do that. So that's how you get it. It's through the podcast brought to you by our friends Care Heating and Cooling. Rapid fire time. Let's do it.
Rapid fire.
Sponsored by Custom Air. Custom Air. Custom Solutions. Custom Comfort.
Timmy Hall is here, of course. Bodie Wells is here as well. Bodie, rapid fire number one.
All right, guys, number one. Whenever a kid comes up to bat in the Little League World Series, a fun fact will pop up for them. Maybe their favorite TV or movie, a random skill or talent they have, their favorite player in the, whether it's baseball or just in pro sports period, etc. You get the idea. What would your fun fact be?
Huh. Well,
I hit dangers.
Probably, you know what?
Like, that's what they say.
No,
you know,
but like,
goofy
if
that.
I was in the Little League World Series, the fun fact would be like, in his spare time, he works in sports radio. Like, that's the thing. If you're ever in our line of work, if you're out with people who aren't in radio and they ask, like, what's something interesting about you? Like, that's probably going to be the most interesting thing.
Like,
right?
I used to play golf with the Dalai Lama. You know, big hitter, the llama.
You didn't do that, though. It'd have to be real.
No, it's a lie. It's got to be truthful.
You know what? Here's a fun fact about me. This is true. I once took my shirt off in front of the Schottenstein Center. We were emceeing a concert at a different radio station. The radio station before us came out and threw out T-shirts. My radio station gave me no T-shirts to throw out. So in front of, 10,000 people at the Shot for this big concert we were emceeing, I came out and said, well, I don't have a shirt throw out except the one I'm wearing, so I just took it off and threw it into the crowd. And then I promptly left.
A shirtless bone.
This was many years and many pounds ago. But it went over great. People were very excited about it. That's probably my weirdest fact I could throw out there.
I'll just say I'm the loudest farter in the history of my family.
Oh, that's good.
That's the fun fact.
There you go.
Something to be proud of.
Is that true?
It could be.
Okay. On a given day.
All right.
Rapid fire number two.
Number two, today is National Radio Day, as you guys mentioned earlier. So happy day to us, I suppose. What would you be doing if you were not working here in radio?
Well, the job I had before I got into radio or got back into radio, because I had a little hiatus, I was working in the automotive industry, taking phone calls for an automotive manufacturer.
You wouldn't
BMW.
want to do that, I don't think.
No, but you know what? I actually liked working for them, and I had plans that if I didn't get back into radio, I was going to go just work my way up the chain and just try to stay in the automotive business, because I really liked talking to people about
like
their cars. I
love
cars. I would have done that. That or park ranger, I guess, would be the other thing. I'd go out there and just walk around on the nature paths. That'd be good.
Just being outside.
I would not be
keeping Pierce Brosnan away from the geysers.
There you go. That's right. What would you do?
Basketball coach.
That would make sense for you.
Basketball coach or scout, whatever path would have opened up. But, I would have, I guess, started at the bottom as a student manager, right? And just see where that road goes.
Yeah. I bet you would have been great at it, Timmy. In fact, there's still time. You never know.
Thanks for your confidence in me,
I believe in you, Timmy. Bodie
do you believe in me?
Bodie has no faith in you, but I believe in you. Rapid fire number three.
Number three, here are the win totals for each AFC North team for this season. The Bengals are 10.5. The Ravens are also 10.5. The Browns are at 8.5. And the Steelers are also at 8.5. Which teams over or under would you feel best betting on?
I mean, the Browns at 8.5 is... I mean, if they don't win 9 games, they're firing everybody.
They must have set that there for their lack of faith in Deshaun.
Yeah, of course.
Number, right? Because that does feel
about
low.
That earlier.
They were a playoff team last year with a disastrous quarterback situation.
Well, I wouldn't call Joe Flacco a disaster. He's my guy.
A master of disaster.
Yeah. Bengals to over 10.5, I do feel like they will do. So I feel the most confident in that one. I would say over 10.5 for the Bengals.
I agree. I feel like there is a different sense about them right now. And with Joe, having a hairstyle like that and just being healthy, the health is more important than the hairstyle. But for him to get rid of those beautiful locks that he has and show up looking like Eminem is something. He must be pretty confident in what he's about to do. It should be a pretty good year for Cincinnati. I think they at least get that 11 wins. Yeah.
Rapid fire number 4.
All right, sticking with the NFL here, guys. Which Week 1 NFL game are you most looking forward to watching that does not include your favorite team?
Okay. A lot of big games in Week 1, right?
The Jets at the Niners is the Monday night game, and that's, of course, my guy, Aaron Rodgers.
Everybody's favorite.
Such a big fan of him. I will love to watch that game because I'm looking forward to watching it because I hope to see the Niners just throttle him. But that's where I'm at right now.
So here's your primetime games. We got the Ravens at the Chiefs, and you'll be able to hear all these on the Fan, except for the Friday one, which we'll have on ESPN Columbus, which you can just boop on your HD radio and go to HD2, and you can find it there. Easy for you guys to do.
Rapid fire. I like this, Timmy.
So, Ravens, Chiefs, the Thursday opener. Packers at the Eagles, the Friday night game in Brazil. Sunday night football, Rams at Lions, and then you mentioned the Monday nighter. But I will go on another 1 o'clock game. I think Houston at Indy. Couple of very interesting teams.
I like that.
Might be a good game, too. It's at Lucas Oil, so not too far away from here. And you got CJ and Anthony Richardson doing
Battle of 2 second-year quarterbacks, although one of them obviously got to play a lot more last year.
But they are hot on Richardson.
I know, yes, of course. And that makes a lot of sense. And rapid fire number 5, Bodie.
Last one, guys. If you could only watch one actor or actress's movies or TV shows, you kind of lump them together there for the rest of your life, who would you pick?
We were talking about this in the office last week, Bo, where he stored away this question from.
Well, what was the consensus for? What did you come away with? Where was your?
I'll go with the same answer we had in the semicircle back there.
Sydney Sweeney. No? I just assumed that's where you'd go.
That's a pretty good one. No, I'm going for range here, and I'll go with Denzel.
Oh, yeah, Denzel's great.
He hits so many different genres because I was thinking with where I am now in life, I don't need a whole lot of that. Like, give me some real artistic stuff. Most times I just want to watch Liam Neeson's kill people. But
Liam
did you just add an S there, like Joe Burrow?
People yes,
Liam's Neeson.
Progress Myers.
Shops at Myers, yeah.
But Denzel, I get the Equalizers, and he's doing Liam Neeson stuff better than him in the 3 Equalizer films. Those are great. But then you got Training Day, you got Flight. He's flying a plane upside down while he's drunk and high. Like, he's got great stuff.
That's right.
Great
stuff.
Hobbies.
I forgot about that. You know what? I'm going to throw in, I'll throw you a curveball. How about Stephen Root is the actor?
Stephen Root's got a lot of good stuff.
Because Stephen Root,
you get Barry,
the TV show is fantastic.
Yep.
But if you don't know Stephen Root, he is Milton from Office Space.
Yeah, that is my stapler.
And he has been in
to the ground.
a million other things, right? And so
really has Dodgeball.
Yeah, so I'm saying you have a wide catalog to pick from of stuff. He was in No Country for Old Men.
Like yes, he was.
He's been in all these random movies as either a bit player or a significant role. But all he has to do is be in the movie, and I can watch it.
Woody would be another great pick. Because you mentioned No Country, and I know Woody was in that too. And then he's been in TV. He's been in a season of True Crime, not True Crime.
Yeah,
True Detective.
True Detective. Thank you, man. Yeah,
Woody Harrelson. You're talking about?
Yeah, Woody Harrelson. Yeah.
I will say, if you've not seen, back on the Stephen Root thing, The Lady Killers with Tom Hanks. Do you remember this movie?
I did see it.
Coen Brothers deal.
Long time ago,
I believe it's Coen Brothers. I enjoyed that movie. I think, what's his name?
Is that the one that's based in New Orleans?
Yeah.
Something like that? Yeah.
Or Mississippi is somewhere where it's somewhere like riverboat gambling is the thing. Yeah. But what's our actor who is Ohio State guy, Farmers Insurance guy?
J.K. Simmons is fantastic.
He's in that movie.
Yeah.
He's another one that would be a great choice because he's in so many things. You have a lot of movies you stack up there.
Bodie, do you do TV or movies?
Yeah,
yeah.
Bodie,
I'd say I do have an interest in those.
Bodie, do you do grocery store, Bodie?
Mine.
Do you do automobile, Bodie?
Do I breathe? Yes.
Do you walk on sidewalk, Bodie?
I would go Tom Hanks.
That's a good one.
I figured he's probably still got a few more good ones in him. You can kind of hit every genre. He's got obviously a bunch of great ones already. So some I haven't even seen. So I'd get to see.
Doesn't have the straight up just killing people movies though.
Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, Saving Private Ryan.
That's a serious. That's serious,
though. The Second World War doesn't count, Tim.
No, that's not. I wouldn't do that.
Buddy, I heard the same thing. I heard him say basically the World War II Memorial in D.C. don't even go. Their deaths don't even matter. That's what I heard Timmy Hall say.
Like your daughter gets kidnapped by Albanians and you have to go all over the world to find them.
Once you've seen it once.
Yeah.
I love that.
I knew you were going to say that. Oh, Saving Private Ryan, World War II. You think
that's because that's a movie he was in. I knew you were going to say that because he's in it.
No, but that's not like just a killing people movie. That's a war film.
Timmy, we got to talk about the definition of war.
No.
All those
I know
deathless
that's not
wars.
what I mean.
Could Jeff Bezos be buying your favorite sports team? Well, if you're Bodie Wells, maybe. Details next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at a 10-minute slowdown on northbound 71 on the north side between East Broad Street and 11th Avenue. And there's a 5-minute delay if you're traveling westbound 161 between Kitzmiller Road and Hamilton Road. This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school. Right now, 24-pack Crayola crayons and comp books are just 50 cents each at Staples. Plus, save even more with Easy Rewards program. In-store only, offer ends 8/24, limit 10. Save big on back to school at Staples. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here from my friends at High Bank Distillery Co., located right here in Columbus. Introducing their newest product, 614 Vodka, Ohio's house vodka. Perfect to make a drink at home or try when you're out at your favorite local restaurant. Learn more at 614vodka.com.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here from my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better, just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years, and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
When there's a United Dairy Farmers nearby, fan favorites are too. Score a set of 6 Cincinnati Reds player cups for $19.99. Ellie, Green, India, Steer, Diaz, and McLean cups only at UDF while supplies last.
Hey guys, Chaps here with a new opportunity for you. The 20-pound summer slim down with Awaken 180 weight loss. Dropping 20 pounds before summer ends. Cruising to your goal of 30, 40, 50 plus pounds down. It's simple. You take the last few weeks of summer, eating, drinking, enjoying the weather. But the difference? You're doing it with the 20-pound summer slim down. But Chopper, summer's almost over. That's the point, guys. The pounds melt off fast with Awaken 180. I dropped my first 20 in less time, and that easy 20 propelled me to reach my goal of losing 60 pounds. Then that propelled me to lose another 35. Think about it. You're about to slide back into the same old fall routine with the same old mindset. Mix it up. Live up the rest of your summer while dropping your first 20, then jump into fall with a whole new groove. Yeah, I said groove. You'll be saying it too just a few weeks from now. 20 pounds summer slim down with the solution for weight loss online at awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com.
The Buckeye Show.
Jim Lachey back in the day just pointing, we're running that way.
We going right here, and it's not a dang thing you can do about it.
Don't you love that?
The Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
This is the White Castle Call of the Crave, and it's telling you to come in now for 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. Boom! White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only, tax not included.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. Football season is here, and you know what that means. Fall is just around the corner. Cooler temperatures on the way. If you've been dealing with drafty windows all summer, struggling on those crazy hot days, your AC just can't keep up, now is the perfect time to upgrade with Universal Windows Direct. Call them today, 614-502-5220. For every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. Restrictions apply because they always do. Go to UWD.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now. Bengals game day is so close, you can almost taste it. Bengals watching. Better with Pepsi.
Hey, it's Anthony for the Good Feet store. 3 words for me, pain-free summer. Spent probably 30 hours walking around the Memorial Tournament and felt awesome with my personal arch supports from the Good Feet store in my everyday kicks. Sure, every now and then we all get random foot pain from pickleball or golf or just being a human being. Having my personally fit arch supports in my shoes has made a massive difference. And even right after I put them in, didn't take long to feel much more supported and aligned, and it's so easy to just move them into any pair. Before I had them, I dreaded being on my feet for any length of time. Well, you have nothing to lose but the pain, as they say. It's a free fitting and test walk. Try them for yourself. See the difference it can make. It did for me. And best of all, you can wear them home. 2 locations on Polaris Parkway and Stringtown Road, or schedule an appointment at goodfeet.com. The Good Feet store, America's arch supports experts.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Objects in radio may be dumber than they appear. This is Man and Bone.
All right, we have continued the discussion from Rapid Fire, which is if there is one person, one actor or actress whose movies, they're the only one you can watch. Movies and TV, you can only watch anything they've ever been in. Which one is that? What actor do you pick? I said Stephen Root. That was the wrong answer. The correct answer.
That's a wild pick, though.
The correct answer is either one of these two, I feel like. And it's either Tom Hanks or Denzel Washington. And I think we have now devolved in here in the studio, Timmy and I.
We're comparing the two arsenals right now.
You know, Hanks has such a variety of films.
Really does.
Because you've got comedy in the early part of his career.
Yeah, you got The Burbs, you got Dragnet, you got Big, which is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah,
Good stuff. You got the Toy Stories.
The Toy Stories are hilarious. I enjoy all those Toy Story movies. They're great.
Castaway, right? He's a captain in multiple films, you mentioned, right?
Well, he's Sully. He's Captain Phillips. Look at me. I'm the captain now. That's from a Tom Hanks movie.
And he's Captain Miller in Saving Private Ryan.
That's right. And I don't remember, but he is also in Apollo 13. Is he he's the captain of that ship. I don't remember if he's actually the attained captain in the military.
I don't know what they call
as an astronaut.
Yeah.
Well, they're different levels.
Astronaut Tom.
He might have been captain. I don't remember in that. But just in the captain genre, he's got a great little run of movies.
And Road to Perdition,
that is a shoot 'em up movie.
Because I was saying he's not a badass in a lot of movies. You know, like he doesn't have that. Like Denzel's got the series now of Equalizers, which is just him just destroying people. Someone wrongs someone, and I'm going to spend the entire movie going through every nook and cranny and killing all of them. Like, that's it. That's what I'm going to do.
Well, and that is,
whole film.
I mean, and that, you do have plenty of that with Denzel. That's the thing. Denzel Washington does bring you a lot of those type of movies.
Because you have Man on Fire.
One of my all-time favorites. Bodie, have you seen Man on Fire?
I have not. Nope.
Bodie?
I know.
I'm going to bring you the DVD.
Go watch it.
Where am I supposed to put that?
Well,
Bend
you can
over
put it,
and I'll show you.
That actually pertains to Man on Fire. There's a scene that involves that specific thing. I don't want to ruin anything. But like Training Day is one of my all-time favorites. One of the most, quotable movies out there.
Remember the Titans. You get a sports flick.
You also get He Got Game.
Yeah.
Which
I still haven't seen.
Let me tell you. What?
I know.
Timmy!
I know, Bone. I know. That's my movie. That's my Bodie movie.
Ray Allen is in it.
Ray Allen.
Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Yeah. Ray Allen.
Jesus Shuttlesworth. Timmy.
Jesus.
Now, I will say that's not a great sports movie.
Right? That's what I've heard.
Here's what I mean by that. Denzel's great in his scenes. Ray Allen is Ray Allen trying to act, and he does for what, again, he is not a trained actor. He does okay. But a lot of the dialogue, a lot of the scenes are just not, they're not great.
Yeah.
It's not the greatest movie I've ever seen. It is still, if you've never seen the story, you watch it, you see that little drama of it. It's good. It's good to watch. I don't think it's very rewatchable. I went back and watched it in the last 6 months.
And it didn't do it.
It didn't hold up nearly as well as I thought.
I know
it would.
as a basketball guy, I've got to do it. So I know I'm going to. I'm looking, though, through the 90s for Denzel. Boy, there are some movies you forget about that are fantastic. There's one where Tom and Denzel share the screen. Remember Philadelphia?
Yeah. Oh,
Beautiful film, right?
I think one of them, if not both of them, there were Academy Awards
both
for that
nominated.
movie. Yeah,
I know they were at least both nominated. I'm sure somebody won there. Courage Under Fire, where he's with Meg Ryan.
Crimson Tide,
Virtuosity, Pelican Brief. He was Malcolm X, of course.
Pelican Brief, yeah.
Glory is where he got his start, the Civil War flick. The Siege is a good one. The Hurricane, where he's the boxer.
And then
Bone Collector.
He did the remake of Manchurian Candidate.
That's where Liev Schreiber, who is the voice of Hard Knocks.
That's right. Yeah. Among other things. He's had a good career too.
Oh, yeah. He's good.
Yeah.
That's Hanks versus Denzel. Woo!
All right. I mean, and I will say for Hanks, he does have one of my other favorite movies of all time is Catch Me If You Can. Which has DiCaprio in it.
Where you going, Frank? Where you going tonight?
It's one of the best. Yeah. One of the best scenes ever is when Tom Hanks' character busts Leo's character in the hotel room or wherever he is. And he comes and he's like, I got you. And he goes, you're late. And he pretends like he's a Secret Service guy who already busted the guy who was counterfeiting money. Leo does. And then he fools Tom Hanks, gets away. Tom Hanks loses his mind. It's awesome.
Oh,
Fantastic.
and then when he gets him in Paris, tells him how there's 30 police officers outside right now, ready to take you in. He goes up there, there's nobody there.
Yep.
It's like, you got me, huh?
Uh-huh.
And then like 5 seconds later, they all show up.
Yes. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's a great flick.
All right. Denzel, I think, is 1A, but I got to go probably Tom Hanks there. I probably have to take Tom Hanks. I don't think Denzel has the Toy Story part of his catalog there as much. He does have a lot more of the type of movies I typically watch, but for variety, I'd have to go with Tom Hanks. So
it's a tight one.
I'm glad we settled that. At least in my mind, it's settled now.
Mm-hmm.
Bodie, are you going to go watch Man on Fire?
I'll check it out. Yeah.
Okay. Do you need a DVD player to borrow?
I don't.
Tim's
I'll probably
DVD?
just,
Okay.
browse through whatever it's on. I'm sure it's on Prime or Netflix.
You'll have to rent it on Prime for $2.99, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's all right.
By the way, I forgot to pay off on my teas. Jeff Bezos wants to buy the Celtics, theoretically. The league wants to make him buy it for at least $6 billion, I should say. The Celtics do not own their arena, so he would be buying a team for $6 billion with no arena. But it is the Celtics. They're doing this because they want the owners to get...
They're the champs.
They want the... Well, no.
Price just went up.
They're doing it because the NBA wants to get 2 expansion franchises at $6 billion apiece.
Mm-hmm.
That would net all the owners $400 million apiece if they get 2 expansion franchises. So they don't want to sell a team for less than $6 billion. Celtics are up for sale. There you go. Now you know. No one cares.
Now we did that.
One of our favorite people's talking about his new job. I'll explain next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to hit a slowdown due to an accident on the right shoulder of southbound 270 on that west outer belt after Cemetery Road. And expect a 10-minute delay if you're using eastbound 33 between Refugee Road and Ebright Road. This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, NA, copyright 2024. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
0% up to 48 months on 2024 and 25 new Lindsay Hondas.
That's zero, zip, zilch, nada.
This August, Lindsay has unbelievable savings by offering 0% up to 4 years on every Honda on the lot. Lindsay has over 500 vehicles.
If we don't have it, it doesn't exist.
Plus, talk to us about electric options with up to $97.27 in combined savings with dealer and federal tax credits.
LindsayHonda.com or I-70 in Bryce Road.
With approved credit on select in-stock 24-25 Honda models. Dealer contribution may affect consumer cost.
At Sunny Street Cafe, we scoff at the notion that restaurants should only have one tagline.
'Cause instead,
we got 7.
And here's our number 1.
Sunny Street Cafe, a bright spot for breakfast and lunch.
Now with 8 locations.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place. And aspiring comedian.
That's fun. What's your best joke?
All right, 2 windows were hanging out side by side. The first window says, "Sure is a hot day." The other one says, "Ah, a talking window.
That's pretty good, Wilson.
Bet you can't top that one.
Well, at Pella, we don't have the talking windows, but we do have the windows your friends will talk about.
Dang it, that's good.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Bobby Carpenter was determined to get relief for his dad, Rob. Years of college and pro football had taken a toll on Rob's joints. Bobby trusted his dad's care to QC Kinetics and their game-changing regenerative pain treatments.
It's been great to watch him improve. This stuff wasn't available 20 years ago, and how we've been able to kind of hone in and be able to fix the body in a more natural way as opposed to just cutting on it all the time. It's pretty terrific.
QC Kinetics. They take your body's own healing properties, concentrate them, and apply to areas in pain like knees, shoulders, hips, and back. And the results?
He's like, well, it doesn't hurt to go down the stairs anymore. I'm like, well, that's a positive.
Relief without any joint replacements, harmful steroids, or medications. The natural way at QC Kinetics. Don't wait. Call to see if you're a good candidate. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. Again, 380-208-4544. Get rid of your joint pain with QC Kinetics.
Wendy's new saucy nugs come in 7 saucy flavors. Yep, you can literally hear your taste buds going. Taste bud sounds may vary. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary by location.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. According to reports, the Ohio State game at Oregon October 12th has been set for a 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff. No confirmation yet from Ohio State regarding this kick time. Baseball tonight, Cincinnati Reds tried for a second straight win when they continue in Toronto with the Blue Jays. Carson Spires pitching for the Reds against the Jays. Jose Barrios following an off day. Cleveland Guardians start a series in New York against the Yankees. Matthew Boyd pitching for the Guardians. Lucas Gale for the Yankees. Cleveland a 2.5 game lead in the AL Central. New York leads the AL East by a half game. Former Ohio State pitcher Jack Neely called up today to the majors by the Chicago Cubs. He'd been at their AAA team at Iowa and was acquired last month in a trade with the Yankees. Clippers at home tonight with Indianapolis at Huntington Park. And this update brought to you by Nature Stone. Schedule your pre-cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Highly medicated, barely educated. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Don't forget, coming up tonight, 6 p.m., Buckeye Show is in after us. Timmy Hall is here. Who's doing the Buckeye Show tonight? Do we know? Is that old Tito?
No, Baker is on tonight. I think we got Tito coming up later in the week on Thursday.
Nice.
And I'll be with you a couple more times. I'll be back on the Buckeye Show tomorrow.
Okay.
And Friday as well, as we'll be doing a shorter version, getting you ready for some high school football.
Beautiful.
High school football game of the week.
Oh, we're already back, baby.
Harvest Prep at Pick Central. Big one.
Nice.
Huge game on Friday night. Cannot wait for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Getting started off with high school football. Week 0 in college football is Saturday. And I had forgotten about this. But that is Florida State ranked going up against Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
And that is in Dublin, Ireland. Did you see who the guest picker is going to be?
Yes.
Sheamus. Yes, Sheamus from WWE, who is from Dublin, not Ohio, obviously Ireland. But he's going to be there. He's been on before with Notre Dame stuff. He's a big Notre Dame guy, I guess, or at least he's pretending to be so he can be on TV. But he'll be there for this, being their guest picker on first week of College Game Day. So Nick Saban and the crew will be out there in Dublin. That should be a lot of fun.
I'm not as into the wrestling scene as you. What were Sheamus's things? Like, what were his hype things?
He's got like this thing called the brogue kick. Brogue. like BROGUE.
Yeah.
Where he just runs through and it's just a high kick where he just kicks you in the face. And
Does he do like the 2-footed kick and then fall down? Like,
yeah, I mean, they all do stuff like that, but his move is like where he takes a running start from the other side of the ring and then kicks you like in the jaw.
In the face area.
And then some guys fly out of the ring after he does it. It's all, it's
as you do.
Yeah. Yeah. And he also likes to hit himself on the chest a lot, and he's very pale. So by the end of a match, he's always like, his chest is all red because he's just smacking himself.
Did he do the kilt?
No. No kilt that I recall. That's more of a Scottish thing, isn't it?
Yeah, good.
I figured I haven't been like some of us. You've been.
Yes.
You would know, not me.
That is a Scottish thing. Yes. Thank you for putting me in my place.
Just trying to help you, buddy.
Bagpipes and kilt. Ireland, you just wear clothes.
You just wear clothes.
Yeah, you just wear clothes.
I mean, you do
green and orange is the country's flag.
You do
and white.
You do a Guinness, right? That's Irish.
Yep. Yeah, Guinness is Irish.
There's a lot of gingers. More a proportional amount of gingers, more proportional in Ireland, I believe.
And you got the border to Northern Ireland.
That's thank you, Timmy. Yes, that's correct.
A different country.
We're really rolling now.
That's where Rory and Liam's Neesons are from.
Oh, Rory
up
McIlroy
there in the north,
Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Except when he's in the Olympics, then he's Irish.
Then I'm going back down south to Ireland.
I don't know how
do
that
you feel
works.
about that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
All good, I guess.
You know what? We should probably ask someone who doesn't already have to ask the question, do they wear kilts in Ireland? They would probably be better to talk about what's going on with Northern Ireland and Ireland than you and I.
Maybe there's some Irish that like the look.
Could be. Well, you know what? There's plenty of Americans who will wear a kilt just to wear a kilt.
Right. Well,
nothing wrong with that.
Those people are idiots.
No. I have a good friend of mine. He wears one to every crew game. My buddy Jason wears a kilt. Look at that. You've offended him.
I did.
I'm going to tell him.
Sorry, Jason. Jason, my bad. Why are you wearing the kilt, though, Jason?
Because he likes it. You know what? I've never worn one. Maybe it's comfortable.
Well, if you wear it with nothing else.
Oh, that would be the ultimate.
Then. So that's. I mean, I guess.
What, Timmy, when I go to Ireland, I'm going to wear a kilt with nothing under it. And if they ask me, why are you doing it? I'm going to say, because I don't know anything. Well, I'm stupid.
The thing that would attract me and does to a place like Scotland is because, we felt a little bit of the cool temps today. It was great, right? 48 degrees when we woke up. It was football weather. Stop it. It's not awful.
It was awful.
But you would never have any kind of swamp ace going in Scotland. So then if you have the kilt and nothing under it, you're cleaner than a whistle. The Scottish Highland air just breezing through the undercarriage all day, every day.
That's right.
There's no chafing.
No.
Brisk and clean.
And if you ever have somebody just, on the roadways cut you off, you've got an easy way to just flip up there and moon them, and they get the full show. Full moon right
easy
there.
To flash.
Yeah. I hope that's not what we're doing. But if it is, I'll let you live. Doug Gottlieb, we don't let him live. He is he's a
guy
coach
on this show.
He's a coach and a radio host. So he's been a radio host for a long time. I'll give you a little sample of what he sounds like.
And what I was, I don't know, but I.
There he is. That's good. Anyway,
Chris Webber,
just a legend, a national radio treasure, Doug Gottlieb. You may remember also famous for getting kicked out of Notre Dame. Am I wrong? For stealing credit card information when he was a college basketball player. So then went to Oklahoma State, and to be fair, set a bunch of records. I think he's one of their more decorated stars they've had in that program over the years. Now has been for years begging to get a college basketball job. He got a cursory interview from Oklahoma State the last time they looked for a coach. Did nothing else since then, really.
Right.
And then somehow was given the Wisconsin Green Bay job, which I don't understand.
It's a type of program that where they were willing to take a stab at something that is part a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
Obviously it is. I mean, you're taking the guy that's been yelling about wanting to be a basketball coach on his radio show, and you decided to do this. Let's do this for real and let him have his cake and eat it too.
Listen, I know that doing this job is not the same as brain surgery. It is not that difficult to do our job. However, I do think being a college basketball coach requires a lot of brain power, a lot of time. I've seen the commitments that people make to get into coaching at all, let alone to be the head coach running a program. You're talking a Division I college basketball program that he's now running. If he were running a smaller level program that was in like the NAIA or something, I would still say that takes a lot of work. That takes a lot of time. You probably can't do both of those effectively. He's running a Division I program, and he has a bunch of quotes here where he basically says, I feel great. I feel like I was born to do this. I feel like there's no imposter syndrome for me. I know that I'm meant to do this. And I look at this guy and think, this is why you suck. This is why he sucks on the radio, is because he thinks he's awesome. He doesn't realize that he's actually stupid. Timmy, you know I'm stupid. I know I'm stupid.
And you know I'm stupid.
Bodie knows I'm stupid. We all know Timmy's stupid. Bodie is not stupid, but yet he works with us, so he must be at least a little dumb.
But Bodie just hasn't done anything yet.
Well, no, but Bodie pops in with some nice one-liners here and there. He had one today. It was great.
He's a big Christmas vacation guy, and that makes him all right by me.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, to get into this business, you have to be aware that you're stupid. Doug Gottlieb does not have that, and that's why he thinks he's awesome at everything. And that's why he actually sucks.
But look, his path is a whole lot different than what we do in local radio, right? And how we have built an audience and how we engage the listeners in that sense, right? It's completely different. And I couldn't tell you the last time I popped in or heard Doug Gottlieb's show or even saw a snippet of his show. I could not even tell you, Bone. Like, that's how off the radar he has become to me. But clearly he's made it to a point where he's gone national and made a lot of money doing that. But it's like you said, there is having respect for what we do in this profession and the time that actually goes into the craft, and also having respect for a profession like coaching at a Division I level, whatever sport it is. I do not think you can be awesome at both at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't think you could do it.
I don't see how this is going to work. Now, we'll get an upfront view of this, right? Because I believe one of their first games is against Ohio State this year in the basketball
Buckeyes
schedule.
are going to check him out, so that he's going to do a post-game presser here. Maybe
I am fully
pop on
hoping,
one of the shows.
I am praying that his dumb radio station calls our gigantic radio station and says, please, can we have a radio studio?
I will
buy a kilt.
That's going to happen.
Timmy, I'll buy a kilt, and I'm going to spend 3 hours in front of the glass door just like, how you doing? How you doing, Doug?
Can we get Common Man to ask him the same questions that he did back on the famous interview?
Yes. Oh, gosh.
10, 15 years ago?
This is one of the other reasons we don't like Doug Gottlieb. This is the interview where Mike will complain because his voice doesn't sound like this, but it does on this clip because of weird internet things.
Right.
However, this is him trying to interview Doug Gottlieb about the NCAA tournament, I want to say, many years ago.
If Northern Iowa beats Michigan State this weekend, would you consider that to be an upset?
No.
Is that just because you think Northern Iowa is that good, or because the injury problems that Michigan State is having?
Both.
God, thank you.
Were you there for that?
This was pre-me. This was pre my time here, but I'll tell you.
I would love to know what the heck was going on.
I'll tell you what's going on.
Why he
thinks
would come
he's
on.
hot crap, and he's not. He thinks he's awesome, and he's not.
Why would you do a show like that?
What we need to do is actually
just say no.
If he comes here to
no.
do his radio show prior to the Ohio State game, then absolutely we have to get Chris Webber here and tell him ahead of time.
We have a co-host for you.
Listen,
his name's Chris.
I will say, Chris Webber, I know you're a Michigan man. I know this is an Ohio State station. We're the home of the Buckeyes. However, we can all agree that Doug Gottlieb sucks. So if you just show up one day and be here when Doug Gottlieb rolls in, if you never heard that, this whole thing that we play, this stammering thing, that's all from Doug Gottlieb talking to Chris Webber, trying to get Chris Webber to talk about some drama between him and I want to say Jalen Rose. And Chris Webber just flat out said, Doug, you told me you weren't going to bring this up. I told you I wouldn't come on your show if you brought it up. And he's just, Quagmire over there wants to coach your basketball team. What a loser.
How's he doing? Did he adjust the time of his show? Because the show says it's 3 to 6 every weekday.
I have no idea.
How do you do that?
Again,
do you have practice?
If I'm one of his players, I ask the same question and say, Coach, don't I matter?
Timmy, you normally do the fan warm-up and then just head down to the shot when it's home game.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good.
There you go.
Yeah. What's the problem?
That shows 15 minutes.
Yeah, but
that's all right.
You go till 6:15. He's done at 6.
Yeah, and then you get right down there. You throw it. You look. Timmy.
I'm just gonna do the show from the arena. All right, let's go, coach.
Commercial break. Go draw.
I just got done talking about the Packers.
You throw a blazer on. You head down to the sidelines. You go, all right, you 5 are starting. You're coming off the bench.
Coach, what's the game plan today? You're starting. You pass the ball to him. Score the ball.
Coach, do you want me to defend their best player? Yes. Is that because you think I'm the best defender, or because I secretly gave you $5,000 so I could be the starter? Both. There you go. Doug Gottlieb.
Thanks, Coach.
We can't stand him. One of the most bizarre careers in sports is apparently not over. I will tell you about that next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at a 10-minute slowdown on northbound 71 on the north side between I-70 and North Broadway. And there's a 5-minute delay on southbound 315 between Lane Avenue and Town Street. This report is sponsored by Donato's Pizza. Every piece is important. It's time to square off against overpriced dinners with Donato's all-new bakery crust pizza, a square-cut, thicker bakery-style crust with Donato's fresh toppings. Now get 2 one-topping bakery crust pizzas for just $19.99. Order today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. columbusmensclinic.com. Book your appointment now.
Coming this Labor Day weekend, Bob's biggest challenge yet. It's time to dare to compare. It's got action. It's got suspense. It's got beeps and boops and dings and whomps and more savings than you'll believe on living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, mattresses, and more. And best of all, you get to play too this Labor Day weekend. Now open in Reynoldsburg and coming soon to Polaris. See how much you can save this Labor Day weekend when you dare to compare at a Bob's near you.
Common Man and T-Bone here. Visit Hollywood Casino Columbus this summer for exciting live sports action. We got the biggest screens around, and ESPN Bet is live in Ohio.
Plus, Penn Play Rewards members can win up to $500 Penn Cash every week. Visit PennPlaySports.com/cover5 today and register for your chance to play and win.
Not a member? Get the Penn Play app today.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is your live sports headquarters.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here at The Fan, we give you 14 hours of live and local programming every day. We care about you. We live and work in your community. Except Bo Bishop. He won't tell us where the hell he is. Your live and local station. Except Bo. The Fan.
Hey, it's Bobby. When it comes to tackling a project as important as your roof, you want a company that cares about the product and experience they're going to deliver. At Newman Roofing, you're more than just a number. They believe in 100% customer satisfaction. And for your roofing needs, give them a call at 614-NEW-ROOF or newmanroofing.com.
Ah, the sounds of summer. Baseball, swimming, and the dreaded sound of a broken AC. No uh-ohs. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling Team for an AC tune-up. 614-333-9720. Or schedule service on our website. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better AC.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Back to school time. Your kids probably have fancy friends. Isn't it about time you gave them a ride to be proud of? Actually, hell with the kids. Treat yourself to a new Lexus. Right now, it's the Golden Opportunity Sales Event with rates as low as 2.99% on ES, NX, and RX, as well as great lease payments. I've been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please stop in. Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Partly sunny, breezy, and cool on this Tuesday. Temperatures only around 70 degrees, down to around 50 overnight. For your Wednesday wake up, we'll see clear skies and light winds, light breeze, low humidity, and plenty of sunshine Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures back in the mid-70s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The kings of local social media.
Twitters and twatters.
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Welcome in. Hope your Tuesday is going well. Don't forget, Common Man and T-Bone, there's only one place we do our banging when it comes to sports gambling. That is the casino. The Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. That is where we like to go to get all of our sports bets in. 12,000 square feet of beautiful sports betting action. I always like to bring this up if you are someone who likes to go right up to the window and say, hey, put $10 on team such and such. Yeah. And you want to give them the cash and they give you a ticket and that feels great. You can do that. Or you can bet on a kiosk where you don't have to talk to a soul. You just hit some soulless buttons on a screen. You get another ticket. And then when you win, either way, you can cash it out. Right there, Hollywood Casino. They got you covered. Whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, whether you like to eat a bunch of great food, they have tons of that. Or whether you're like, nah, it's all right. I'm just going to eat some, just drink a beer and that's that. They got plenty of beer options, plenty of drink options. Everything you want in a sports book, it's right there. The Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Timmy Hall is in today.
Boom.
Timmy, Lonzo Ball. Your guy? You remember the Ball brothers, of course.
I was never much of a Ball guy, and this sucks, but their dad was always an obnoxious ass.
I completely agree.
And that sucks, right? But who is the football kid that we got who might, in fact, be a really good player? Baby?
Oh, Baby Gronk. Yeah.
What do you mean?
He's committed to it.
Baby
Are you unaware of Baby Gronk?
I'm aware of Baby Gronk.
Okay.
When you said we got him,
he was committed to Ohio State for like 24 hours.
He was committed to Ohio State.
And then he flipped to Michigan. Then he flipped to North Carolina, and he just kept going and going.
He could very well be a fantastic football player. I mean, if you've watched any of his clips, he's bigger than most of the kids. He looks like he can play really well, but his dad has just ruined everything that he could become by toting him around there like his trophy kid. And that's what LeVar Ball did, making his stupid website with their shoes that they upcharged and sold for $500 a pair and told us that they're better than Jordans.
That's right.
And better than anything else you can get, $120 T-shirts and all that. And my kid's going to be better than LeBron. It just was enough, I mean, Lonzo is going to be better than LeBron easily.
Well,
I mean, LeBron should take a backseat to him. It's like, just shut up.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Lonzo Ball, of the three Ball brothers,
he was the first big one to come out.
Well, he was the
first one,
and he played at UCLA and then got drafted second overall by the Lakers. I mean, this is not like he had no talent. Of course not. No, I will say this for LeVar Ball?
LeVar,
right? Yeah. LeVar Ball did do a good job helping his son attain his potential as a player. I'm sure it was through some practices of coaching that probably wouldn't be the best that you would say for mental health or whatever.
Right. You might,
but,
in your own way, look at that and say, it's not what I would do.
I remember a lot of people at the time with the Ball brothers, when that all became a thing, who said, I wish my dad stuck up for me the way those kids' dad sticks up for them. I never saw that perspective personally. I always thought dad was hindering their performance, hindering their growth. However you believe of this family, Lonzo Ball became the second overall pick, went to the Lakers, and was having a promising start to his career.
You don't do that just because dad says you're awesome.
No, they don't care, right? Unless you're
LeBron's son.
Unless your dad's LeBron. Then actually that very same thing did happen
But
this
he didn't
year.
get taken 2 overall.
Not second overall, second round.
We're just going to reach for him in the second round. We shouldn't have been drafted at all.
That's right.
Yeah.
But this is the saga. This is where Lonzo Ball is now. He went to the Bulls, and then ever since January of 2022, he has been dealing with an injury that has kept him off the court, a variety of injuries that have kept him off the court. Prior to January of 2022, so over 2 years ago, he was averaging 13 points, 5.1 assists per game, but he had just signed a 4-year, $85 million contract extension after he was traded from the Pels in 2021. So he went from the Lakers to the Pelicans.
It's been forever. He played in some games in January of 22.
That's it. That's the last time he's been on the court.
He played.
So he now says he was at the airport, I guess. TMZ caught up with him. I'm guessing this was in LA, and said, what's your status? How are you looking? And he said, looking pretty good. You can expect to see me back on the court this year. There have been a lot of I should be ready to go here real soon kind of comments from him over the years, but he is saying he's ready to go and he'll be back this year. Remains to be seen. It should be noted his contract runs out after 2025 too. So he's going to need a year. He needs to get back and play.
And he got a big beefy deal too. I mean, not like one of these super
that's what I was just saying. You got 4-year, $85 million.
It's good. It's good. And you get it all when you're in the NBA or Major League Baseball, right?
Well, as long as you don't retire.
Yeah,
like
but guaranteed contracts.
I'm saying it's in his best interest whether he is ever thinking that he will play again. As long as it's medically possible for him to play, it's in his best interest to say, oh, yeah, I want to play this year. I'm doing everything I can. I'm rehabbing. And then if by March he hasn't played, the contract sees itself out. He gets all that money, and then he probably never gets a contract again.
Different level of player, but, I mean, Lonzo's not a throwaway guy. You mentioned his numbers. He maybe hasn't reached that potential of being a number 2 overall pick. To throw another number 2 overall pick that was in L.A. and then left and was back, D'Angelo. I would take D'Angelo's career over his. I think he's been a nice player. Got to an all-star game now.
D'Angelo Russell, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Deloading. But wasn't Derrick Rose kind of doing this for a while with his second or third injury where it felt like he should have tried to come back, where he was cleared but just wouldn't come back? And even when he was in his Bulls days, right?
If I'm
like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
I could be misremembering that, but I feel like we talked about this back when it happened, where he had a quote that probably was taken a little out of context.
Absolutely.
He was asked about, are you ready to go?
Great.
Are you coming back? And he said, I got to make sure I'm fully ready to go. I can, because he was running in practice. He was doing all these things. He could play in practice. But they said going to the actual game level, he said, no, that's too much for me. I can't do that yet with his knee. I think it was his knee. But he had a quote where he said, I don't want to risk anything until I'm fully ready to go. I want to be able to play with my grandkids when they're old enough, and I want to be able to bend over and pick them up and all this stuff. And,
Yes, it was. It was more of I got to think about, the later years and being a dad and all that.
There's a way to do that. And the way to do that is to not play professional basketball, and you will save your knees and your joints, and you also won't get the extra money that you would have gotten doing that. But he made a lot of money before saying these quotes. This is, again, I think it's the second day in a row I've said this quote from Mad Men. That's what the money's for. They're paying you to take the risks on your body to play sports. I'm not saying you do anything egregious. If you've got an injury, don't go out there until you're ready to go.
Egregious, like play basketball when you're medically cleared, or at least try to get back out there. And this is a thing, too, where we're talking about eras. And you would look at what the 80s and 90s guys would say just in general about the guys today, and how guys don't make it back from injury as quick as they used to. And on top of that, there's just straight up load management where you don't even play in all the games anymore.
Yeah.
How many times has Joel Embiid played in 55 games?
I know.
What are we talking about?
But he's
one
also
of our great players.
But how many times has he been injured in key moments because he got hurt playing? Yeah, I mean, it's that debate that will never get settled, right? Which is, should guys do the load management thing and then be healthy for the playoffs theoretically, or play all these games and then playoff time comes and their legs are worn out, they can't play. You know, they're beat. They're
Put some
done.
knee pads on, like Robert Parrish.
Hey,
you'll be fine.
Go ask the Joker.
Bruise on the leg. It's a hell of a long way from the heart. Tim.
It is, Bodie.
Go look at Nikola Jokic this year. He did not look good in the playoffs. He played a lot of minutes for his team this year, but when it came down the stretch, all those minutes added up. He was the only guy on that roster getting stuff done because other guys were hurt, and suddenly they couldn't do anything.
Somebody's got to play.
MVP, I know. By the way, LaMelo Ball, better player than Lonzo, so we're good.
Oh, yeah.
He's still here.
That's the rookie card you want.
That's right. What is next? Oh, yeah, game show time. We're doing a game next. Can't
Jen
wait for
is
that.
out there.
Yeah, ready to talk to Jen. That'll be fun. That's coming up next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview. Slow traffic is causing a 20-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side between 33 and Bryce Road. And things are also moving slow on eastbound 270 on the North Outer Belt from Sawmill Road to 23. This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote today at directauto.com. Savings vary. National General Group, Winston-Salem. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
We go to war for you. I'm attorney Robert Schurter. After an accident, do you feel like when you have the answers, the insurance company changes the questions? Let us go to war for you and chop them down to size. Don't let them play games. Call us, 877-WAR-FOR-YOU. WarForYou.com.
Everyone has that one goal, that thing they want to prove. Not to other people, but to themselves. Then, right when you think you could actually do it, cancer. And that goal is still within reach. Oh no, I'm about to run my first ever marathon with my two best friends. 3 years after having cancer.
At least we look good in these shorts.
Woo! Let's get it, guys. You, keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
Hey guys, Chaps here with a new opportunity for you. The 20-pound summer slim down with Awaken 180 weight loss. Dropping 20 pounds before summer ends, cruising to your goal of 30, 40, 50 plus pounds down. It's simple. You take the last few weeks of summer, eating, drinking, enjoying the weather. But the difference? You're doing it with the 20-pound summer slim down. But Chopper, summer's almost over. That's the point, guys. The pounds melt off fast with Awaken 180. I dropped my first 20 in less time, and that easy 20 propelled me to reach my goal of losing 60 pounds. Then that propelled me to lose another 35. Think about it. You're about to slide back into the same old fall routine with the same old mindset. Mix it up. Live up the rest of your summer while dropping your first 20, then jump into fall with a whole new groove. Yeah, I said groove. You'll be saying it too just a few weeks from now. 20 pounds summer slim down with the solution for weight loss online at awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com.
When there's a United Dairy Farmers nearby, made from scratch ice cream is too. Stop by while 2-dip cones are buy one, get one free. All flavors, including peach and cookies and cream. UDF ice cream, made for you.
Football season is here, and we have so much stuff. One station isn't enough. Find even more Pigskin on ESPN Columbus.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2, or listen on the Fan app.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
With Tire Discounter's new TD Chat BS, we can detect deception over the phone. Let's call a typical tire store.
Yellow, cheapo tire where we bolt them on for less.
Yes, I need tires and lubricant for my vehicle.
Great, come on in, we'll slap on some new tires.
And what about the lubricant exchange?
Oh yeah, we send you over to Ollie's Oil for that. They're right down the road.
Deception. Destination is 5.2 miles away.
Well, I'll be.
Also, 6 out of 10 cars need alignment.
Well, just travel on over to Alignments or Us.
Calculating time for 2 additional trips.
You mean you want to do tires, oil change, and alignment all in one fell swoop?
Oh, I observe that Tire Discounters, the home of free alignment, is close by.
Ugh, Tire Discounters.
And they are experts at oil changes, brakes, shocks, and...
I'm losing you.
Hello? I'm sorry. Your system has crashed.
Don't miss our Savor the Summer sale, now till Labor Day.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. Football season is here, and you know what that means. Fall is just around the corner. Cooler temperatures on the way. If you've been dealing with drafty windows all summer, struggling on those crazy hot days, your AC just can't keep up, now is the perfect time to upgrade with Universal Windows Direct. Call them today, 614-502-5220. For every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. Restrictions apply because they always do. Go to UWD.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
It's Toyota's National Sales Event, the perfect time to extend your summer fun in the all-new, all-hybrid Camry. Now through September 3rd, choose 5.25 APR financing on any new 2025 Camry. Or you can lease a Camry LE for $319 a month for 36 months with $32.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Some fans drink the Kool-Aid. These guys drink the bleach. This is Man and Bone.
Timmy Hall filling in for Common Man today. Bodie Wells filling in for Panama Ted. I'm T-Bone, and I'm going to tell you that Able Roof will get the job done for you in one day. Now, that is a roofing job. If you need them to do, like, gardening, that's not their thing. They put roofs on houses. Roofs? Whatever. They put them on your house. And 24-hour turnaround on most jobs. It's done in a day, good for a lifetime. Abel's been voted the #1 roofing company in Columbus by Consumer Choice Awards 22 years in a row. Save up to $1,000 on a new roof, siding, and windows. Get no payments, no interest until 2026. It's all there for you right now when you call Able Roof today. 614-444-ROOF. That's 614-444-ROOF for Able Roof. Jen Winters has joined us as well. Hello, Jen.
Hello. How are you?
So I'm great.
Hi.
We're so glad you're here.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. It's the highlight of my day.
That's good.
Thank you.
Let's see if T-Bone has the game show
music.
music.
Let me tell you, I know what your day entails, so I know it's a really low bar for us to be the highlight of it, but I'm glad nonetheless.
Fun. I like my day. It is. It's a good time. Also, props to Timmy for having the spearmint in your sucking candies jar. So thank you for that.
You get you a sucking candy?
It's freaking lovely, and I loved it. Thank you so much.
I was going to go
green mint so much better.
Is the sucking candy jar open to all?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know if they were just your personal collection that you just display and then you use. I don't know.
He uses it, but it's also for
I don't know if I am.
I use the sucking candies.
Sucking candies.
The sucking candies are for everyone? Well, then I'm going to go get one. I'll get one in the next break.
That's the next T-shirt. Sucking candies are for everyone.
Jen, I think I got the idea. It's Christmas sweater.
Yes.
Holiday sweater.
Yes.
That just has those, like, all those little wrapped up peppermints on it, and it just says sucking candies.
I love
in
that.
holiday lettering.
Let's do it. I bet you we can get Breaking Tees to do that.
How much would they charge for a sweater? You know?
I don't know, but speaking of which, check out our fan store. Go to 971thefan.com and click on cool stuff. Go to the fan store. Buy some stuff. You'll love it.
That's right. All right, game show time.
All right.
What are we doing today, Jen?
You guys, it's National Radio Day.
Yeah!
Happy Radio Day, you guys.
In honor of National Radio Day, we're all going to quit to get better paying jobs. That's what,
yes.
Because that's what usually happens in radio is good people leave to go get better jobs because it pays more elsewhere.
But it's fun.
Yes,
Thank you, Guglielmo Marconi.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay, so the first question has to deal with Marconi.
Okay.
What year did Marconi first transmit his voice over radio waves?
What year?
1895, 1899, 1901, or 1902?
Oh, you make this tough.
I sure did.
Man, it's going to be one of those 18s.
I'm going to say...
The second one is what I'm going to say.
We're going to party like it's 1899.
Yeah, B.
It was 1895. Sorry.
That's some BS.
Press A.
Moving on.
1895, though.
1895.
That's when it was? Look at that. That's pretty good. I like that. I like that we've been doing the radio thing for well over 125 years.
What's his first name again?
It was Guillermo. That's why I just called him Marconi. We're on a
Guglielmo?
Yeah, we're
Marconi?
on a last name basis.
Okay.
Right.
So,
yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
We're on the VU form with him.
Yeah.
True or false? Cincinnati's WLW was the most powerful radio station in the world.
Yes.
Say yes. That's
It
a
is
blowtorch.
the nation station
Yes.
is what they used to call themselves.
So a little fun fact, it broadcasted at 700 kilohertz, and at some point in the 30s, the radio wave was 500 kilowatts of radiated power, meaning those close to the transmitter could hear the audio in their pans, pots, and mattresses.
Yes.
How cool is that?
That is one of the stations that me as a kid, when it was bedtime and I had to go into my room, but I would listen to my radio, AM radio at night. We all know you can get better signals. I could hear that clear as a bell from Virginia all the way from Cincinnati.
Not to continue the radio nerddom, but if you've ever heard the term, obviously they're called iHeartRadio now.
Yes.
That radio company, they used to be called Clear Channel.
Yes.
The term Clear Channel, before they adopted it as their name, it referred to stations like 700 where no other station in the country could be on 700 AM. They were the only one, or they all had to power down after like 6 p.m. so that they could crank their signal up, and you could hear them in like almost 40, the lower 48. They covered almost all the lower 48
I
states.
could hear the Atlanta station growing up, and I
Was
can't
that-
remember.
is that like
it's totally
650 or
something
800
like that, but I
or
got
something?
to hear my Braves like on the radio at night.
I want to say the Chicago station, ESPN 1000, that used to be, before it was an
Yes.
ESPN station, that used to be a 1000.
You could hear WFAN. You could hear that from states away.
Okay,
You could
there
hear
you
the
go.
Chicago station from states away.
That's really cool, you know?
There you go.
So the first public radio broadcasts were done on top of which landmark? The Washington Monument, the Statue of Liberty, Big Ben, or the Eiffel Tower?
Public radio broadcasts.
I have no idea. I'll guess DC.
I'm going to go with Statue of Liberty.
It's the Eiffel Tower.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you know what, Marconi.
French.
I was trying to think of where Marconi, but I didn't think he would be any of those places. 'cause
Well,
I'm
and it
guessing he's
wasn't
Italian.
Marconi related. This
okay.
guy's name was Lee DeForest. He was on his honeymoon in 1908. He climbed the tower to broadcast a selection of music to the suburbs of Paris.
What a nerd.
Right?
It's just like, oh, I'm so excited we got married. We're going on our honeymoon to Paris. He's like, hang on a second, honey. I got to climb this tower so I can do my music radio. She's like, what's radio? He's like, don't worry about it. It's a technology. Years later, I'll be remembered.
You'll see.
Yeah. She's like, I want a divorce so quickly.
So speaking of the Eiffel Tower, there's another question regarding the Eiffel Tower. True or false, the tower was meant to be brought down after 20 years?
I'm going to say true.
That's correct. Do you know why it survived?
Because people are lazy and got busy with other things and
No.
forgot about
They
it.
needed a cool thing.
Because the military used it as a radio tower to intercept crucial military transmissions during World War I.
Oh, look at that.
So that's why we
Got to find those U-boats.
Yes, exactly.
That's why the Olympics
There you
were cool
go.
this year.
That's right. The Eiffel Tower made it so.
That's the only reason I watched beach volleyball was to see the beautiful Eiffel
That's right.
Tower behind whatever was going on the beach
Right,
volleyball court. I barely
exactly.
paid attention
I
to it.
kissed a woman on the top of the Eiffel Tower.
You did.
I did.
In Kings Island?
That's my little league fun fact.
Which woman?
Kings Island. That's good,
In
Jen.
Las Vegas?
And are you sure it was a woman?
Yeah, there you go. Hey, to each their own. Perfect.
What city was home to the first radio station in America? Cleveland, Pittsburgh,
Oh,
New York,
Pittsburgh.
or
We know that one.
Chicago?
KDKA.
That's right.
Pittsburgh, yeah.
They did their first scheduled broadcast on November 2nd, 1920, and they announced the live returns of the presidential election between Warren G. Regulate Harding and James Cox. You're welcome.
I like it. Good job.
It's time to
lady.
regulate.
Yeah,
Okay.
gotta regulate.
Moving on. True or false?
Hey, we're not much older than that, though. I mean, we're not much younger than that.
Oh, WBNS,
Yeah,
you mean?
WBNS.
Oh, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Came around in
We
the,
hit 100
in the
years.
20s,
We did.
yeah.
True or false? The sinking of the Titanic in 1912 mandated the use of radio at sea.
Yes, true.
I'm going to say false, but it's like something to do with boats. Is that right?
So it's true.
Oh, it is true.
And the problem was,
Thank you.
as the ship was sinking, amateur radio operators up and down the U.S. East Coast filled the airwaves with noise that prevented the distress signal from being relayed properly. So this played a part in the creation of the Radio Act of 1912, which allocated radio frequencies.
And that radio act became radioactive
Yes.
after they activated it.
Yes.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Nothing?
Okay.
It didn't deserve a thing. Thank you.
The
All right.
first singing commercial, aka a jingle, was performed on Christmas Eve in 1926. What product were they advertising? Coca-Cola, Ivory soap, Wheaties, or Q-tips?
I was going to say Ovaltine, so obviously wrong.
Little Orphan Annie.
That was Little Orphan Annie.
I'm going to say
Story.
Yeah.
Wheaties.
You're correct.
Whoa.
And it was sung by a barbershop quartet. Good
Oh.
job.
That was back when they had every commercial had to be like, and now we go for our commercial break. And then it's like, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. And it's actually people doing the McDonald's theme. That's great. Give me one more, Jen.
Okay, so there are 164 songs that were banned from American radio airwaves, also known as iHeartRadio stations.
Ah, yes. there you
After
go.
9/11.
Uh-huh.
However, there was one outlier. There was a group that had all of their songs banned from the airwaves. Who was the band? So we've got Jimmy Eat World, Slipknot, The Beatles, Rage Against the Machine, or AC/DC.
Rage.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. All of their songs were banned by iHeart for a specific amount of time after everything.
They're
that happened.
they're.
But the list is very interesting to look at. Like there's a whole list, and I'll tweet it out later because it was just like surprising some of the songs that were.
I'm sure POD Boom was probably one of them. That was
I know
a song.
Dave Matthews had a song that was on that list.
It was very, very, very like eye opening.
Yeah. That's
So-
I remember working at a station. We had a band called Squad 50 that was like a punk band, but they did an album poorly timed where they basically decided, what if New York City
the buildings fall?
They said,
right?
what if New York City was attacked by like World War II style airplanes, and like World War II had happened in New York City?
Oh my
And so that was the theme, was like this apocalyptic punk rock album, which was great. But their lead single off it that we played was called Bombs Over Broadway.
Jeez.
And it's just like, oi, oi, bombs over Broadway. And we were like, get that off the radio right now. Yikes.
Like
so, yeah, there were lots of those that you had to pull
Elton
back in the
John's
day.
Rocket Man and Elvis's You're the Devil in Disguise. And the Dave Clark Five's Bits and Pieces. I mean, you can assume why.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah,
Those are
Dave
all bad.
Matthews Band's Crash Into Me was on that list.
I thought it was When the World Ends.
Was that
another
even
one.
a song though?
No, that's
when that came out.
Yeah, I think it was.
Was that?
Yeah, I think it was on
Okay.
Every Day. Yeah.
Jen, thanks for that.
Hey,
this
thanks,
has been
guys.
great.
Jen.
Happy National Radio Day.
Thank you.
And hi to my buddy Max.
There you go.
There you go. God bless.
Back page coming up next. Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Stop and go traffic is causing a 15-minute delay on eastbound 670 between 315 and Leonard Avenue. And watch out for an accident that's blocking the left lane if you're on eastbound 270 on the East Outer Belt after Main Street. This report is sponsored by Z-Bart. Tough roads demand tougher protection. Shield your vehicle's underside with genuine Z-Bart undercoating from $2.99 and fortify your truck bed against scratches, impacts, and dents with Rhino Lining Spray on bed liner starting at $4.99. Z-Bart, your vehicle's best defense. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
This week at Meijer, buy 5 or more and save $5 or more on hundreds of items across the store. Shop items like Pepperidge Farm buns, Johnsonville smoked brats, Breyer's ice cream, and select Coca-Cola or Pepsi products, plus deposit where applicable. Plus, shop hot deals on California Red Seedless grapes for $1.49 per pound. Certified Angus beef T-bone steak for $9.99 per pound. And Meijer chips, 3 for $5. Shop great prices and limited deals this week at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in store or in the Meijer app.
And what is it called?
A ceiling fan.
And where is it?
It's on the floor.
And why is that a problem?
Well, see, the person who named it probably should have called it a floor. No, that's not right. The guy on TV I saw put up a ceiling fan.
Are you a TV star, Paul?
No, I'm not.
Are you an electrician, Paul?
I am not.
You are?
I am a middle management accountant, and I shouldn't be putting up ceiling fans.
You should.
Call the pros who knows.
Apex
Pros.
The pros who knows know electrical work too. Hi, it's Alex from Apex Pros. And if you liked us for plumbing, cooling, and heating, you're gonna love our pro electricians.
Apex Pros are on the way.
Much easier, isn't it?
I'm glad we sorted this out.
Me too.
Columbus loves the pros who knows. Schedule with one click at apexpros.com.
More and more people are falling into problem gambling. Mary Haven's experts offer comprehensive care. you and your loved ones can count on mental, emotional, and financial guidance.
Confidential and judgment-free. Go to maryhaven.com today.
Wendy's new Saucy Nugs come in 7 saucy flavors. Yep, you can literally hear your taste buds going. Taste bud sounds may vary. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary by location.
Attention weekend warriors. Fan Sports Saturday has moved to 10 a.m. Join Eric Reeser and Tyvis Powell as they dive into popular topics like the Buckeyes and Tyvis's liquid diet.
Saturdays from 10 to 1.
The Fan.
We know your golf game is ugly, but your course doesn't have to be. Experience the natural beauty of Delaware Golf Club today. Delaware Golf Club is now open to the public and only 10 miles up the road from 270. For the best rates, book your tee time online at DelawareGolfClub.com.
That's the sound of a Mountain Dew. And that's you enjoying its refreshing citrus kick. That's a cool breeze suddenly whistling through your hair.
Whoa!
That's you realizing you're now on a mountain.
This is epic!
That's you stating the obvious. That's you stepping up to the plate. That's you winning your kickball game. That's you taking another sip of your Do the Do.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Have you ever heard someone say that they just don't make or do things like they used to? While that may be true for many things, there is one company who strives to deliver the customer experience and quality product that we all reminisce about. And that company, well, it's Newman Roofing. You can read it time and time again in their reviews, how much they truly care about their customers and the roofs that they install. And I should know, they installed a roof for me and my family, and it was tremendous. Their sales team was fantastic, and the quality was phenomenal. They strive to leave the home as they found it. And some customers say they even leave it cleaner than it was before, and I can second that. Not only do they install a quality product that is going to protect your home and family for years to come, but they also walk away leaving you feeling confident that you hired the right company. Whether you need a roof repair or replaced, call the company that families have been trusting for 32 years, and that company is Newman Roofing. 614-NEW-ROOF or newmanroofing.com.
Most businesses have one tagline.
Boring!
Which is why at Sunny Street Cafe,
we got 7.
And here's our number 2.
Sunny Street Cafe, serving pancakes so fluffy you could sleep on them.
Now with 8 locations.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Federal Elite Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Final segment of the program. Second segment in a row, we've had 3 people rather, in this studio, which is great. Timmy Hall's been in all day. Ryan Baker, now hosting the Buckeye Show tonight, joins us.
Hello, gentlemen.
Bake, how are you?
Doing well.
What's up, man?
Trying to manifest an Ohio State national championship this year.
With the shirt today.
By wearing my Ohio State national championship shirt a lot more.
You got the 8-time national championship shirt. I like that.
Now, where are you, though, with the back in the day national championships when we didn't have this system where there was one team standing in the end? And we had a playoff system.
Timmy, what was the system?
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
They won. It's a national champion.
Wow. Man. Talk about throw it back in your face.
Hang the banners.
No, I agree.
How many teams in those years also had the same claims?
Well, I know, like,
claim a national championship.
You got on there like 54,
Multiples.
57, like those ones. There
40,
might have been.
in the
I don't
40s,
remember.
right?
But like, I think it's a little different once you get past World War II than pre-World War II, where like most of Michigan's championships live. Those are the ones where it's like, they won 4 games, and 3 of them were against teams that had like.
Nobody else was even playing the sport.
Right. And
at
it's
that
like,
point.
And we won the national championship with our 4 victories. Yeah, okay, fine.
Let's go the other way. Like, you can't tell me 1998 Ohio State wouldn't have won the national championship if there wasn't a playoff. But unfortunately, there wasn't one.
You know what?
So
that's a
the
very
rules we play by.
The rules at the time, if you got a national championship, I think as long as it was a consensus of the voting public.
That's what it was.
That's what you count.
If you go far enough back, there were more than one.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you had, let's say there were.
You could be AP.
Yeah.
I think like Blue Bonnet was a poll, right? Back in the day.
I'm saying if you
Writers
had
associations.
If you had, let's say, 10 of them and 7 of them were like, that was the national championship, then 2 of them had somebody else. Well, I don't think that's what we're talking about. You're good claim.
Doesn't this national championship, there's only a few of them that are recognized, right? Like AP and maybe one others are the only ones that are technically recognized.
Coaches,
I believe you're right.
Coaches probably, yeah, there's a few.
All I know is that's the type of thing that we need someone like a historian should go through and say, this is...
Well, I think I got the guy for you.
I'm telling you. That's right.
Whoever
Special
could you be
impression.
referring to?
Well, it's funny that you say that, T-Bone.
All I know is Michigan, if they were held up to historical scrutiny, it would not hold up because their championships they tout, half of them are like that, where it's like, someone said you were the national champion, but not really.
And that's why this golden era of Ohio State kicking Michigan's ass, 18 out of 20 years was big because Michigan got such a big start in the early days.
Oh, yeah.
And why giving these three back when they still had, Tyvus will tell you about this on the show. He's with you tonight. You had more work to do. And now you're going backwards.
That's right.
It's got to stop.
It does have to stop. But
All right,
hopefully those wins get vacated. The last couple of years get nullified completely. Let's hope so.
What does it matter?
I know. It matters in the record book. That's where it matters. Bake, what's coming up tonight on the Buckeye Show?
We're going to review what Ryan Day said last night on the season kickoff show that you heard right here on The Fan. Also, BIA. Could this be the best ever at Ohio State? And Tyvus, I think he's a guy that can judge that pretty well as well. Plus, we'll get the latest recruiting news as well with a little on the trail.
There you go. 2 hours of the Buckeye Show coming at you next. Right now, it is time for the back page. So let's do that. Timmy, take it away.
The back page. The back page with Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Go ahead, Tim.
Bone, we didn't really hit on this yesterday or today, but our baseball teams, I've got a million of them, but our baseball teams are going at it. We've got the O's and the Mets took the game last night.
Yeah.
So it's a big win for your guys.
Nice little comeback in that one.
Do you, this happened in the middle of the game. I know you can't see SNY's coverage unless you're paying for the package, which I don't think you have done that this year.
I do not.
But in the fourth inning, young fella by the name of Kingston Nam Korn stepped into the booth, and I'm going to watch some of this after the show because I was just reading about it during the show and I didn't get a chance to, but I'm down for this kind of stuff. I think it's cool. I hate it when you have the kid reporter that's going to ask one question in a press conference, and then you've got the reporters, I'm trying to do my job here and ask the question, and that kid's asking a question that's 10 times better than the one I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
It does depend on the press conference, I guess. If it's like a triple homicide, maybe don't let the kid
I'm talking about a
reporter in.
sports press conference, like after an
They have those in
NCAA tournament
sports
first round
sometimes,
game.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, Baylor. So this young man apparently went up there and just stole the show. And you know how good their broadcasts are with Gary Cohen and Keith Hernandez. That's often regarded as one of the better local, regional crews in Major League Baseball. So apparently he was just winning the broadcast, and Kingston Nam Korn having a good time. He was wearing a suit and a tie, had the blue and orange going with the crisp blue dress shirt. So he was having a good time with the fellas there.
Yeah, I do like that when especially in baseball, it lends itself to it. You got 162 of these things, make an inning or two interesting. Nothing wrong with that. All right, Buckeye Show is next. Baker and Tyvus will take you through that. We will see you tomorrow. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at a 5-minute slowdown on southbound 270 on the west outer belt between Tuttle Crossing Boulevard and Cemetery Road, and expect some slower traffic on westbound 70 on the west side between West Broad Street and Fisher Road. This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school, including tech. Right now, get up to $300 off select PCs at Staples. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program. Offer ends 8/24. Save big on back to school at Staples. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
This is a Fan Action Update.
Big Ten action update. The USC Trojans have the 5th best odds to win the Big Ten this year, 25-1. USC is 60-1 to win the national championship. The Trojans' season win total is at 7.5 games. USC's non-conference schedule includes games against LSU, Utah State, and Notre Dame. USC is plus 410 to make the 12-team college football playoff this year. For your action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Back to school time. Your kids probably have fancy friends. Isn't it about time you gave them a ride to be proud of? Actually, hell with the kids. Treat yourself to a new Lexus. Right now, it's the Golden Opportunity Sales Event with rates as low as 2.99% on ES, NX, and RX, as well as great lease payments. I've been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please stop in. Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron. Hey, Jerry. You seem pretty happy this morning. I invented a song. You know songwriters have an actual word for inventing a song. Everything we want people to know about Eco. Ready? Can't wait. Get Eco. G-E-T-E-C-O. Get Eco. They can really go. Get Eco. For your Cinco. Fix in a blinko. You'll thinko. Hooray. Get Eco. G-E-T-E-C-O. Get Eco. You'll be cool like snow. Get Eco. Like an ice Ringo. Puerto Rico. Get Eco today. What do you think? You know we don't serve Puerto Rico, right? I do know that. I mean, the drive alone from Ohio is like, geez. Way too far. But you ran out of rhymes for Eco? You gotta admit, the rest is pretty catchy. Oh, it's earworming already.
Get Eco.
E-C-O. As is that thing.
Common Man and T-Bone here. Visit Hollywood Casino Columbus this summer for exciting live sports action. We got the biggest screens around, and ESPN Bet is live in Ohio.
Plus, Penn Play Rewards members can win up to $500 Penn Cash every week. Visit PennPlaySports.com/cover5 today and register for your chance to play and win.
Not a member? Get the Penn Play app today.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is your live sports headquarters.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Bo Bishop here. High Bank Distillery Co. is the most awarded distillery in America at the 2024 San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Stop by your local liquor store to grab a bottle or their 2 restaurant locations in Gahanna and Grandview. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
Does our waiter look familiar?
I think he was the Plum Insurance mascot.
If all insurance companies were like NJM and didn't use gimmicks, then their mascots would have to get real jobs.
That explains the long purple hair in my soup.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. Football season is here, and you know what that means. Fall is just around the corner. Cooler temperatures on the way. If you've been dealing with drafty windows all summer, struggling on those crazy hot days, your AC just can't keep up, now is the perfect time to upgrade with Universal Windows Direct. Call them today, 614-502-5220. For every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. Restrictions apply because they always do. Go to uwd.com.